setup also, which is nice. We're gonna see how this works. Yeah, I got a new adapter for my monitor, so we are in business with another monitor. Fuck. Why did I just do that? Okay, honestly, you know what? Actually, that's fine. I can now minimize OBS. And then I'm going to do this. Actually, those can be the same one. Pardon for the delayed introduction, but we do have some cool things to go over and work on, because now we've kind of had 2 days, about 15-16 hours worth of just letting loose, kind of exploring for bug bountying, getting a feel for everything. And throughout it, in the meantime, I've been watching videos from Namsek on his Recon tactics. Same with Tom Nom Nom, I believe it is. He is extremely good, and he actually created a lot of the tools that is used by bug bounty testers, which is actually pretty cool. Sorry, I'm just getting this YouTube live stream set up so I can just view chat from this window. If it wants to work. I can't see anything right now. Alright, let me try and see how we can get this set up, because this is not being very cool. YouTube live control panel, I can't even see it. Okay. Oh wait, here we go. There we go. Alright. There we go. Awesome. And we're back. Yo, Karthik, sound is low. Okay. Is this better? How about that? May have to make some more changes at some point. But as of now, how's that? Is that good? And I also have my cherry tree notes pulled up on the other side over here. So this is nice. I can see chat and my notes. There it is, Karthik. Better. Okay. Oh, maybe it would make sense to go like this. That could be better. Instead of coming in from over the top. Here we go. New setup. I gotta get everything set up, so pardon for that. Okay. That looks like it is a lot better. Right? Alright. I can turn it up also. There we go. Okay. So I found some links today. Good morning, finally. Alright, we're set up now. Yeah, we're good. So like I was saying, the last 2 days, we've kind of just been going at everything. So we didn't really have a set methodology. We were exploring tools, exploring capabilities. We explore, you know what, instead of doing this every time, let's just go. Tools, capabilities, HackerOne, types of bug bounty program assets. What else have we done? We've actually seen, yeah, we got some good commands for FUF. And then what I have seen a lot is these chaining commands. So for example, this spider text.txt. I don't know if that's too hard for you guys to see or not. But this right here. Does this work? No, I thought it was going to be markdown. So like this, for example, take spider.txt, which is URLs grabbed by Spider. HTTP probes them, so sees if they are responsive, and then outputs to terminal and to text file running.txt. And then this command said it just strips this HTTPS from every URL in spider.txt, and then it just outputs the top 10 to show you what it would look like. If you want to change this to save it, it's just a caret instead. And then fuzz up here, read-only fair harbor. So that was just fuzzing for endpoints with a huge directory list. And then I also had a cool command yesterday that I did after stream. Because I changed domains over to Instacart because I wanted to do, I think it makes more sense for the first bug bounty to have an authenticated scope versus trying to come into a website unauthenticated, which is going to be a lot harder. So authenticated will have access to our data. It'll be other customer data. We'll just have more privileges, I think, and it'll be easier overall to find our first bug. But yeah, the last 2 days have pretty much just been a shitstorm of F around and find out. So we've just been kind of exploring with it. The first day we did come across rate limiting pretty badly. Also the second day. But we did come up with a low and slow bypass for it, which is tmux and Tor browser to change your IP address. It's like a proxy to just proxy your address through. And then the other thing I found later that day was I think it makes more sense to just spend the 15-20 minutes initially figuring out the rate limiting, if it's a limit or if it's a threshold, meaning if it's requests per second or if it's total requests. What is it? It's like a rate. It's like a burst limit. So it's like 5 requests every 5 seconds for a minute. But there's different rate controls. We could go through Cloudflare also at some point, because a lot of these websites operate through Cloudflare for their edge network and WAF security, which is the front door, which is what our Recon tools will be knocking on, or at least getting by if they do find stuff. So with that being said, I wanted to start to put some kind of structure together, a framework, for example. And a good reference point I found for that is a streamer I really like named Arson, who has a great framework for cybersecurity. Or not cybersecurity, I should say more specifically, bug bounties. But yes, the project's been put on hold, no longer actively supported. But that's fine. I tried to get this running today. It was a pain in the butt. It's not going to work. The apt keys are out of sync, and he's using some outdated methods on the install script that I don't want to debug. So, nevertheless, there is still a good list here, because he uses, for his framework, Arson, these created tools, Firestarter, Firecloud, Firescanner. But in reality, actually, that's great. He wrote this in Python. In reality, where is it? He's using other tools. Where is... This is Wildfire. Fire Spreader. Where is... This is interesting. Oh, the report creator also, which is cool. Here it is, toolkit. clear sky. That's interesting. Let's see what clear sky does. Domain server port update. Oh my gosh, are these homebrew tools? No, because when I was looking to install, it was saying AMAS or Nmap, yeah, okay. But you can see there are underlying tools. This is still, yeah, Proto VPN or Proton. That's another tool. This is pretty crazy though. He does have a lot here actually. And it's a bummer that it's not going to want to run. It runs on a, he hasn't updated it since last year. Yeah, DMAS scan, DNM. It's a lot of filtering. Because remember, this is a framework, so he has to somehow format all the output. And what I do really like about the framework idea is that it is persistent. That's the word I was looking for, persistent. So if you shut off your VM, this is all saved on a backend database or maybe even text files. I saw MongoDB at one point when I was trying to install it. But yeah, so this is all persistent, which is awesome because like the issue with Burp Community Edition is that's not persistent. So if you do site crawling and you get all these URLs and stuff, you have to leave your VM running, or manual note or explore what is interesting to you. And then at the end of the day, if you do want to turn off your VM or you shut off your computer, it's gone. There's no persistency. Which is also a cool thing about Zap, because Zap is persistent for free. But again, the goal is I want to get one bug and then I'll buy Burp Suite Pro. I'll say that. If I can find one bug on my own, I will buy Burp Suite Pro. Assuming the report gets approved and it's a valid bug, it doesn't even matter about the pay. If I can find a valid bug, just one, I will buy Burp Suite Pro. That is a promise. So, with that being said, we need to develop a methodology and more importantly, a framework. Or actually I should say at a lower scope. Does arson? There's gotta be a methodology, yeah. What up, Karthik? What up, Average Redditor? No, you don't, John the Hammer. That's crazy. Don't say that, brother. This is Arson's framework. Yes, correct. Full automation. Just run it and it will give subs different live domains and screenshot them, etc., etc. Yeah, Karthik. Do you have it running? Should we try to get it? Do you think it's worth it to get it running? Oh, there's a vulnerability in Axios. Cross-site request forgery vulnerability. An issue discovered in Axios through 1.5.1 inadvertently reveals the confidential cross-site request forgery token stored in cookies by including it in the HTTP header XSSRF token for every request made to any host, allowing attackers to view sensitive information. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Karthik. If you shut it down, it does stop. Yeah, but it's persistent, so you can start it back up and resume from where you were. Okay. Well, then let's try this. And I do run fast note. Oh, I found out another good use case also for fast note, and that is, look at this. So let's say you want to use Derb, but you don't know what you're doing. So what we'll do is we'll do Control-Shift-T, new terminal. I forgot that was a thing. That's awesome. Shoot, what was the hotkey to change back in terminal? Oh. It's all. Not a big fan of that. Regardless, okay. So, let's say you want to create a derb command. You don't want to keep running back and forth, right? Like heavy recon for you or something. So it's a framework average editor, meaning it's an entire pipeline from start to finish for bug bounty hunting. Does recon, enumeration, vulnerability testing. I don't know necessarily about exploitation. And then also, well, yeah, I'm sure it has exploitation for a POC. And then it has report capabilities, so it'll output reports. So it's literally everything for pen testing, or not pen, well, I guess pen testing bug bounties. But it's a framework, so it's everything. It's tools, methodology. It's your hub. It's a hub for everything. In theory, a framework, you could do everything. The objective of the framework is to find bug bounties. You should be able to operate solely out of that framework and the website to find bug bounties. Yes, yeah, it's an all-in-one. The issue is that it doesn't. Actually, disregard. He has updated it a few months ago. Oh, there was one 3 weeks ago. Oh, because he updated the README. I bet you he added this. But yeah, so that's what we want to do. Anyways, Fast Note. That's the app that we made 2 days ago, or 3 days ago now, which is pretty much just a fast note sheet. So you can just pull up, space out. But what's nice is you just do super N, Control S, and it's there. But my example, what I was going to say was, let's say you want to write a derb command. Now that is helpful, but if you man derb, there's a lot more options. You want to use manual where you can. It'll also just help you understand the tool more. But now you're going to say, well, I'm in the manual. How am I supposed to remember all the flags I want to use? And what flags do I even want to use? So what you're going to do is you're just going to take it, you're going to Control-Shift-S, fast note, see that it's blank. You're going to start going through here, and alright, so we know this. So we want to copy this, Control-Shift-C, and then that'll Control-Shift-S. So fast note is also a larger clipboard. Consider that. It's a clipboard extension. So because if, for example, you can't copy that and then also copy this and then print it or output it, excuse me, it's not going to print both, you see? But this one does. Fast note will allow you to do that. So if we are in Derb and we want to put it together, we do want to add an agent. Control-Shift-C, Control-Shift-S. Look at that. So now we're building our Derb command in fast note. Set a cookie setting. Yes, because we want to do authenticated scan. So it'll be copy. If I do Control-C, it'll exit out of the manual, so I can't copy using that. But I can send a fast note with Control-Shift-C and then Control-Shift-S. This tool is in my GitHub repo for install on Kali or regular Ubuntu. It's different based on the version. Header string? No. Output file? No. Proxy? No. Extensions? So there's really not a lot to Derb. It's pretty dry. But let's say we wanted these also. Control-C, Control-Shift-C. Okay. Now we can exit back, and we're gonna say, well, what? How do we know? See, this is good. This is fine. For the point of for the sake of argument, that is not as informative as man. So now we looked at man and we said, oh, we saw all those great flags. How are we gonna do that? Easy. Control-Shift-S pulls up right there, and now we see. Look at that. It's an extended notepad. So we're gonna say derb URL base. Okay, well let's do google.com agent string -a Mozilla 115 cookie. We'll say session is session equals ABCDE. Extensions .pdf .jpg. No, actually, random extensions, milliseconds. We'll see if this works. Oh, invalid format. Opening words file. Oh wait, I think these are plugins. Oh no. Oh, they are extensions, but you have to include a period. But see, this is the scan doesn't matter. The purpose behind the scan is, or showing you the scan, is demonstrating my cool tool. Oh, what is this? So that's the point of fast note. And then you can just pull it up, Control-Shift-S, space out. Let's say you want to copy something else now. We're just going to go super N, Control-Shift-S, blank. Like for Recon, let's say, all right, we want to use, actually we will do this right now. So we're going to Control-Shift-C, Control-C. I think it would be a good idea to try all these. And then we'll see which ones we like. What up, Pete? You do bug bounty. Why do you use Burp? You can use Burp Suite as built-in crawler, and the ZA proxy also very nice protocol. Pete, so over the last few days, 2 days, I put in a lot of time bug bounty testing, I think, but it was not structured, very unorganized. It was more just getting my hands messy and seeing and actually doing something. My question to you is, should I develop a methodology? What is my first step to finding more bug bounties? My goal, Pete, is once I find one bug, I'm going to buy Burp Suite Pro. Let me know if you think that's reasonable or if you think Burp Suite Pro is even worth it. But that's my goal, is I want to find one bug and then go from there. Yesterday we spent a lot of time doing subdomain fuzzing, directory and file fuzzing. But like I was saying, it was just kind of for shits and giggles. Web development, backend knowledge. Yeah, that seems to be a big one, especially when I go through Port Swigger, and I'm doing like the SQL and CSRF and all that. Those labs, it's all based on your ability to understand the code that it's being injected to and how it's being formatted and the rules around that. But yeah, so I actually have Zap. I've used Zap before, which I like Zap. Do you use a lot of automated tools, or are you more hands-on looking around exploring? Because I see people like Namsec, who seems like they're all CLI tools, at least for Recon. And then there's people like Arson, who seem to do a lot more manual exploitation and things like that. But at least that could also just be the content that they show. But if he's using his own framework, then he's done extensive recon. What is my advice to look for logical problems on websites? Because everyone is running automation tools on every site. I'm more hands-on. Okay. So when you're looking for a site or looking for an endpoint, I guess, one of the big things I have is I'm not testing endpoints for vulnerabilities necessarily, because I feel like everyone's already tested it. It's not hidden enough. It's not far enough back in the file path, or like I keep hearing all these people are finding these crazy files and staging files and staging environments through recon fuzzing, and I feel like I can't even start testing the web app page until I find something in the most obscure one-off endpoint. I'm try and pull up my notes. Just for example, that's Fair Harbor. We're doing Instacart. And then also another thing, Pete, is like, for example, yesterday I got fixated on this one directory path. Like, it was a single login screen. My question with that would be, how much time should I spend on it? Should I just throw automated tools at it? Should I just fuzz and see if I can trigger something? Like, I'm not sure. The other thing is to figure out what's worth investigating. Nobody is likely going for it, even if it's free. Look at the request being sent to the server. Try a website that nobody is likely going for. I have seen that. People recommend doing instead of the bug bounty programs, there's the vulnerability disclosure programs, and those you don't get paid for. You don't get paid out, excuse me. This is also HackerOne. We need to go on the VM. VDP. Wildcard. Yeah, my goal today, Pete, was to try and construct an approach to a web page or to a new challenge. And I'd like to automate the recon phase as much as I can. Yeah, Pete, if you'd be interested in, I'd love to talk further with you offline on Discord. And if you'd like to, I do all my recon in the networking tab. What? Really? Yeah, I'd love to have you on, Pete, at some point and talk more about it, or even just see you go through a reconnaissance phase and see your methodology and pick your brain with questions. Read this. It's very helpful. Awesome. All your recon in the network. I'm not sure if you shared a link or not. All my recon in the networking tab. Are you saying networking tab for the Arson framework, or for can reveal requests that are being sent, and some requests get sent to subdomains and stuff? Yeah, Karthik, that'd be awesome. Networking tab can reveal. Yeah, I don't see it, Pete. But yeah, that's when I'm off stream, I'm watching Namsec just go crazy. And it's interesting seeing the recon phase and how he's picking off subdomains. All your recon in the networking tab. It does not. If you want to, if you're in the Discord, Pete, or if you remove the HTTPS, I think, and then any backend links, just don't make it an actual link, a SYM link. Bug bounty hunter JavaScript files. This one? Making use of JavaScript files. Okay. JavaScript files store client-side code and can act as the backbone of websites, especially in modern times. As technology grows, I've discovered that more and more websites will list lots of interesting information in JavaScript files. For example, when browsing the source of a website, you may see references to main. You know what? We're going to, we're going to start creating a new page for the Git book. Amazing article for starters. We go to Jason Haddock's. Yes, yeah, Jason Haddock's methodology. That's funny, Karthik. I was literally just looking at those videos yesterday. A ton of people recommend those. There's methodology for web application, and then I think there's another methodology for bug bounty. Sometimes people put API keys in their JS code. Yeah, and I've seen what is it? rgrep. Tom Nom Nom put a tool out to scan source code for a bunch of regular expression formats for API keys. So how often, Pete, are you fuzzing? Like, how much are you, like, let's say you're going to Instacart.com. How often are you just trying to break stuff from what you can get to versus not even including spiders or crawlers? I'm just saying, like, how much of this are you fuzzing, or are you getting to a certain page like this per se and say, okay, this looks interesting, I'm just going to start popping stuff off. But then, I mean, of course, I feel like you would never get a single asterisk error. Like the formatting, the format string, I feel like to get any type of injection would be way too long to create and test. Ways I can send a request that could break something. Ah, okay. Okay, also question then, Pete. When I pull up Burp and I start scanning for stuff, let's just do this. I do have Burp Suite. I don't have Burp Suite Pro. That's what I was saying. I want to find my first bug, and then I will, and then I'll do it. But all of this stuff. Like, it's very intimidating to look at this. And then say, what can I do to this to break it? Like, are you going through and are you checking what each of these do? Because a lot of these are credentials, so they're tokens. That looks like it's base 64 encoded. Maybe. Or the end of it is, at least. Some of it. Mostly just headers. So are you looking in depth at cookies? Like, what are you spending if you pull this up? Like, do a search and capture the request. Yeah, because if I send to repeater and I send that. So when you're looking at this, Pete, what do you go to? What are you looking for? Or are you letting the spider crawl, and then if something comes up as a flag, like possible CSRF, or are you waiting for it to be discovered? I understand now where you're saying the web dev development comes in handy for sure. Absolutely. 100%. If you were to stumble upon a login screen, you would try to log in and intercept the login request or input email. Well, then average redder, at that point, you'd hit a rate limit threshold. Oh, okay. So you're just doing everything. But then, of course, you're not going to do this on the main Instacart.com. You're going to try and find a backend. Post works. What about trace? Nope, not allowed. Trace breaks it. Oh, okay. And then Pete, also, what are your thoughts on not that part? Try typing on their search feature. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Get, or would it be a post? There it is. So if we send this to a repeater, why are there so many? Look at that. There was so many. How do you know which one is? That's crazy. How are you? But then when you look at this, which of these are interesting? How do you know? It seems like there's so much. It's like the same request. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, scope. Scope will also affect proxy. I didn't know that. I didn't know that it'll also affect proxy intercept. I thought that was just for target tab. Look at how many requests there are just for that search. That one before looked interesting. Damn it. I've had a hard time adding things to scope and zap. You're skipping some valuable stuff there. Okay, alright, first let me... What is this? Oh. Let me... add a scope. Actually, there should be scope already. Ooh, I'm gonna say I did save that one. Zap I have not had the best luck with. It's not as clean. It's really not. So let's go to Instacart. And then we can grab the, here it is, download Burp Suite project config file. And then Burp. Oops, we're gonna need to restart, aren't we? Yeah, I like Zap because it's just persistent. You can, whatever you do, it's gonna be resumed at the end, or tomorrow per se. Because in Burp Suite, unless you pay for professional. Instacart. Here it is. Yeah, I have a good understanding of Burp. I watched a bunch of videos from Arson, him using it, but it just seems like Community Edition is lackluster, and more so for the fact that I don't want to spend 8 hours on Burp Suite when at the end of the day, if it freezes or if I accidentally shut off the VM or shut off my computer, it's all gone. The persistence scares me. Okay, so we're back. We're back. Burp Pro isn't worth it. Really? Interesting. Okay, the vulnerable release scanner has probably been used by everyone on all the VDPs. Yeah. That makes sense. I believe that. Okay, so I need to add scope to the proxy settings. Here. That should be good, right? Yeah, that's all Instacart. Nope. Yeah, that's all Instacart. That's all Instacart. Whoa. Go to Target and add the website. So I have this, but then I have all this other nonsense. Zap is used by some serious pro people. Zap seems like it has a lot of breadth to it once you get good with it, like the scripting capabilities, and it seems much more expansive. Okay, so filter by scope. Show only in scope items. Yay. You don't have to apologize, Pete. You're good. You've been awesome. All right, so if we're going through here, and we see assets, brands, and we don't have an automatic crawler. Click the filter at the top of the target. That's good to know also that you're, you could really care less about the vulnerability scanner. But then that makes me question people who set up these automated bug bounty programs. They're using tools. Tools are based on signatures or some type of detection. Well, I guess they would have more capability than a scanner would. Huh. GraphQL. Convenience. I just like Zap's automatic crawler, for example, because that finds... Okay. So now, which one of these, you know that it's a database and it's querying with a post or it's a GET request. So what do we want to do? We want to take this and we can just send this to a repeater. Let's see what we can do with that. Post. Bad request. Look through the ones with params. Yeah. These all have parameters. They're all queries. Bad request. That sends an issue. Google hack tricks. I like hack tricks. Wait, why is it no SQL? And then we want to look up graph QL. No, I guess not. Oh, these aren't parameters? These are params. Operation name, variables, extensions. That sends. That's interesting. So a single quote still returns it. A double quote returns nothing. So that's error based or semi-blind, I guess? Semi-blind, possibly injection? Yeah, sometimes there's param at the bottom, yeah. Yeah, because I was thinking of the body of the request. Is this worth looking into, or am I just... Oh, it's getting stopped by Cloudflare. Blank query. That also says blank query. Operation name. Yeah, that's a good one. See, but then this is going to be one of those things where I just get fixated on this. So when do I know, or like, do I just give everything a little bit of time? Be like, okay, well, this, I can't test every single parameter here, or every single header value. Like, there could be one, for example, I just add that. That's what I'm curious about. Oh, my font settings. Let me... display. No. Cookies look secure. You wouldn't look at this personally. Okay. Okay. So now at this point, well, let's. These are all 304s. Oh wait, that was a 200. So if we send this to repeater, 200. Okay. Bad request. Interesting. So why did we look up no SQL also and not, or well, do I not understand what GraphQL is? Open source data query manipulation language for APIs. Oh, it's JavaScript. Yeah, P, absolutely. Dude, that would be awesome. Yeah, that would be cool. Do you want to hop on a call or? 24 is good to see. What is 24? Cloudflare. This is pretty crazy. Oh, look at that. There's an email here. So if we want to look up, I could, how do I do that? Let me invite you to a Discord call. Yeah, if you add me at Jack in the D. And we could go through this together. That would be so cool. Okay. GraphQL. So would it be worth researching? GraphQL parameters. Thanks, Redder. Type query. And then if we do post, blank query. Okay, so let's do extensions. We have hack vector. Can we do param miner? So we want to run param miner? Maybe? Added you. Awesome. Gotcha. Alright, let me change this. Let's see. Here we go. Hey, what's up? Thanks for picking up. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'm Jack, by the way. Nice to meet you. What was I gonna do? Okay. Yeah, you're good.
Was with people using like Recon tools and all that crap.
Yeah.
But that's mostly show. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like most people will just like pop open terminals and just start running like Dirtbuster, which is literally worthless to be honest. You only need like the networking tab, and I can show you like how to use it. So
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
if you go to like a website, like whichever one you're doing the bug bounty on, I can show you how to like use the networking tab.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Yeah, this is just Instacart.
You'll just use Instacart, right?
Yeah. Let me. There we go.
Yeah, so like if you, it's quite blurry to see from like on Discord, but like can you see the XH
Oh, let me see if I
XJR?
can.
It's quite hard to make out what it says.
Yeah, let me see if I can. Stream quality. Oh, I need to increase stream quality. I don't have.
I think 720 is fine. Right now it's on like 5 FPS.
Here, I can zoom in too. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, you see the XHR if you just click that, and then I usually like get rid of the HTML and CSS one as well, just so it's like easier to see. And then like click on like the car icon at the top right, for example.
Oh, I can't. I can click on this though.
Yeah, just, like, click on like anything, like the Instacart thing, a shopping item. It doesn't matter what. Literally anything. Yeah, so you see at the bottom, you just had like a bunch more requests. It's now like 134 requests at the bottom left. So like every time you click stuff, you'll see like the request, and you can see the bottom there, like the GraphQL !operation name equals universal replacements blah blah blah. That's what you were seeing. Sweet, right? So you don't need like any of these tools. You don't like look at that thing there. It says GraphQL !operation name equals get product rating and variables equals ID 267 blah blah blah. Like you can, like if you just think about it, like you can change those. Like you've got a SHA-256 hash there. Maybe you could like decrypt that, but it's probably worthless. You got an ID version there. It's quite long, but like you can change these requests, right? So like what I usually do is like I'll look for something like that, or maybe something a bit different, and like start changing the numbers around. So instead of like 2679087 put a 2 at the end instead of a 3. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, that's not going to do nothing but get a different like product. But try clicking the add to cart button, see what that does.
Yeah, just edge cases. So that's your main focus?
Yeah,
rather than like fuzzing your directory.
Or 205.
Oh yeah.
So like every time you click, you're making like requests to stuff, right? So like if you scroll down and have a look for that request, I don't know which way you've got it, but it might be at the top actually.
Yeah.
Can you like open up the like file part a bit more?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Is that all it's gonna allow? No way. There we go.
Yeah, so you can see a query there. It's got like IRA.
Oops. Where do we? There we go.
I don't know like if that's your information or not. Do you know what I mean?
For what?
Can you see it? Like, I don't know if that's your information there. Like,
Here?
because you've got like your name and then there's like a postcode.
Oh no. The address is off.
Oh, okay. But yeah, like basically, that's like it's like basically saying get like this query with like this data in it, right? So like you want to try and like manipulate the data, you know? Do you know what I mean? So it's saying like get postcode or get Cairo or whatever. So you can like manipulate those, but that's like there's nothing interesting there personally. Like this site would be pretty hard for you to start one on because it's GraphQL and it's more of a bit of like an advanced one to start with, in my opinion.
Okay.
But
so
yeah,
search
like,
for a different one. Okay.
Yeah. Also, if you click, you see like where it says the headers.
Yes.
And if you just scroll down, Yeah, and keep going a bit. Like that's all the data that you were seeing in your Burp suite.
Yeah.
Like those are just the headers. And then if you click on the request, you should see like the get request in there. I think. No, for some reason. What's in the response? Nothing. Oh wait, there is something. If you click it. Yeah, it's just admin false, guest false. But if you go like, there's probably no option in there for you to change that. But you could like, I don't know how to explain it, but that's gonna be like JSON query. And you could add in admin equals true in there. Do you know what I mean? It might not work.
Yeah, I've done boxes where like you change the JWT token to set admin as true.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is like the admin false, yeah, is not going to be in that JSON like code before you send the request, right? So sometimes you have to like manually add it in there, and sometimes it actually works. But that's just stuff that you have to try out for yourself, right? Because you never know what's going to happen. And that's why I look for like these logical problems. Like you've got one item in your cart right now, right? What happens if you add in like 2 items at the same time, right? You could get a race condition. What happens if you like add in like an overflow number? Because like I found a bug before where it like basically add to the shop, right? And it was increasing the money, and I added in like so many items that it set the number back to 0, so I could buy like 1,000 items for free. It's just stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So really, you don't actually need like all these tools. Like what you're looking at now, like if you right-click on any of those requests, you can do edit and resend. And you see you can change everything there. So like at the top, you've got like the request.
It's like Burp suite.
Yeah, you can change all of that. The shard tokens in there, but that one's like a bad example. But you can just click send, and it'll resend that request. That's literally all Burp suite is doing, right? That's all these tools are doing. Is literally copying everything from the networking tab, pretty much.
Yeah.
And put nicely in a tool for you. But yeah, you don't need like you don't need these like endpoint things. I don't know why people recommend them so much. Like what's that there? What's that post 200 verify? What is that? You see it there? It's just down a few.
Yeah.
What's that? Is that like some token or something? That's the response. What's in the headers?
Oh, here's the request.
Yeah, I don't know what that token's for.
Post to
can you
AWS.
Oh,
it's a WAF token. It's probably for rate
limiting.
limiting.
Open up your Burp suite.
Yeah.
I just want to check something. Like this is just an example, right? And if you just click add on any of the items, right? Go slow because it's quite hard to see. It's a bit blurry. Don't like add it to anything. Just scroll down. What does that stuff say at the bottom? It says
so this
quantity
is the
1.
action.
Can you see it there, right?
Yeah.
It says quantity 1, right? Try putting in like 9 billion. I'm not even joking. Just try putting in, and then just click forward, and then interception turn off, and then see, look on the website. What's just happened there? 9 billion, whatever. I don't know. That looks like a visual glitch though, more than like an actual bug. But sometimes it works. You just never know, right? What happens
So
if
something were to come up from this, for example, like let's say you press 9 billion, what would be an example of something that would come up, and then how would you go about figuring out how that could be used as an exploit?
Well, what would happen usually is like because like in computers there's like a maximum length of a number, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when that number gets too high, it goes back to 0. So you could potentially check out like as many items as you wanted, pretty much. That's one bug that people use and have done. Sometimes you get like 20% off discount codes. Sometimes if you like try to enter a request in twice at the same time. So like if you try and submit the same how do you call it?
Oh, the discount code, you'll get double?
Yeah, like if you try and submit it like 10 times at the exact same time, you could get like 100% off. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's stuff like that, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like if you click your cart though, because I think that request went through. I just want to see what happened, if it actually added any value.
Or let me redo it, because I actually... yeah, we'll do... And then we want to change this to...
What else is there though? Because it's quite hard to see what it says.
Can I zoom in on Burp? No. Warehouse ID, zip code, zone ID, service type, retail location ID, page
Wait,
details.
so it actually has like the vendor's like information
there? Yeah, it has tracking parameters. It's got tracking parameters, warehouse ID.
I think that could fall under information disclosure. I don't know though. Probably not. Maybe, you never know.
Yeah. Well, what's more interesting about this is that we're already jumping into figuring out exploits and testing stuff, and we're not even on some ridiculous, crazy like seven directory deep staging file. Like I think that was my issue the last 2 days was I spent so much time like trying to fuzz for some crazy file or directory that they just forgot to change permissions on.
Yeah. So like. What it is a lot of YouTubers. I know you like said you like watching Namsec and stuff, but they personally sell like scripts and all sorts of like enumeration stuff, which is pretty much like, I don't know what it is. Like so many people just go straight into like heavy enum, when it really doesn't matter all that much. It's like, this is just like my view, right? And I found some like pretty serious bugs. Like what's going on there? Does it actually work? Like the checkout is actually gone off. You can see it, like the go to checkout.
Yeah.
It's not even existent.
Yeah, there's no.
What happens? Like if you remove all that stuff now, try doing a minus instead. Do you know what I mean? You can even do like really strange logical things.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, so it buffered. It loaded it on its own.
Yeah. So like obviously that might not be vulnerable. I don't know without like actually checking, but. You can do strange stuff, like if you capture the request again, like this is just like this is what you're thinking about when you're doing this logically, right? So like you'll think like when you look at the quantity, instead of putting plus, you could put a minus in front of it. Like what happens then, you know?
Yeah.
Like minus 10 million. Just what happens, right? You could even do like 10 plus 10 minus 30 and see what happens. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that didn't even do anything.
Yeah, I thought, but like sometimes
it does stuff. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah,
There's
I think I was just.
Though,
oh, sorry, what were you saying?
Even try. There's like all sorts of things. Like I could be here forever, like telling you like different things to try. Like you could try adding 2 items at once. You know.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Like when you do your like what was it that you were like talking about before? Like when you're doing your enumeration or whatever you call it.
The Recon. It just seems like it just seems like it's so crazy, the Recon, because that's I think what put me on the mindset of like, okay, you have to find some file in like some directory path that's home ABC and then /staging/12/ something configuration, and then at that point you'll be able to find a bug bounty. Like it never crossed my mind that to even think of testing on something that you can just access directly.
No, like the best way to think of it, is websites are computers, right? They're just like hosted on somebody's computer, right? And you're literally just browsing somebody's files, right? As you visit a website, but it's just displayed programmatically for you, like in HTML and CSS and all this stuff, right? And the only thing like you want to be doing is like messing with how the website operates, right? So instead of adding items to the cart, what happens if you minus it? The developer might not have like implemented like a minus, right? And that could cause like all sorts of issues. You're basically trying to break somebody's code all the time.
Yeah,
I don't know, like.
So bugs aren't necessarily cyber attacks per se. Like they're not necessarily always information disclosure or some type of.
Nah, like, because if like, what happens if you put a minus in and it just completely DDoSes the entire website? That's a serious bug, right?
Yeah.
So like, there used to be a bug on Discord where people would upload like videos, and if you clicked it, it would crash your Discord. That's a bug, serious bug, right? Like, they don't
Yeah.
have to be like, oh, I've gained access to a website. Like, just crashing a website alone is serious. Like, imagine if it's Twitter and you just like crash Twitter. That's
Yeah.
a pretty serious bug in my eyes.
Yeah, I definitely have a very CTF mindset and approach, which I think is hurting me more than helping, especially with bug bounties. Because
Yeah,
now I'm like, all right, I'm looking for some way to get to the system and pwn root. And
Yeah, I think you go way too much in the enumeration. I don't know why YouTubers like say this. Like, I know some really serious like top end hackers, right? And like almost none of them, right, will use like any of these tools. Like, the way I learned what I just told you before with the networking stuff was from like this really serious hacker, and he was like telling me that you just use the networking tab. You can literally just use the networking tab to hack a website because it literally has everything on it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what is it you expected to find? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're doing this enumeration, what are you expecting to find? Like a subdomain, you can literally just Google and use Google Docking to find subdomains. You can use a network.
Yeah, that was the issue that I was trying to think of, because I was doing these like massive subdomain scans and then directory busting and fuzzing and then trying to find all these files, and it's like I was looking for some type of endpoint that looks like nobody really uses or is unsecure, and then at that point, once I figured it out, then I could start testing on it.
Well, like, here's the thing, right? Like, the person who told me about the networking thing, I was actually in the same shoes you were. Like, I was using subdomain tools and stuff like that, and he was finding like these subdomains I couldn't find. I was like, how the hell are you finding these? Like, I've run every single tool, and he was like, oh, I'm just using a networking tab. Because a lot of these tools, bro, they use like word lists to find common subdomains, right? Where it's already on the site, like it's in a networking tab. They make requests to other subdomains or subdomains. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all in the networking tab. If you just really look through it, you'll find them. But that site though, like, that's probably a hard one, but you might find some bugs there. Yeah, I think your problem is just you're going too heavy on the Recon, because the only thing that Recon, like, you'll see is like, they'll say like, oh, you want to run an mmap scan, right? That's completely bullshit because it's on Cloudflare, right? It's already masked.
So it's not even gonna. Yeah, it's gonna hit the edge network.
Yeah, so like the mmap scan is out. Subdomain enum, don't really need it. You can just look at the networking tab. File directory, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? Like, you might find a file, a one-off, but what are you gonna find? Like some magical password.txt file that you can access and.
Yeah, that's literally exactly. Yeah, because in Namsec he was like, oh, he was talking yesterday. I was watching a video and he was talking about Recon, and he was like, yeah, I was able to find some old staging file with FTP credentials on it that actually worked, and he claimed a bug bounty for us. Then I was like, oh my god, like, you have to be so crazy to go this deep and like actually find pages or directories or subdomains that are exploitable.
Yeah, nah. Oh, by the way, don't touch anything. Look at your screen. Look what it says there. Like in a network tab. It literally says amount 11.79.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like, if you right click that and edit and resend.
Edit and resend. And then I can pull this over.
So like you can change the amount in there. Like if you just change that to like 0, it's never gonna work. But just do it. And then click send.
Is there a way to see this, how this response would show up on here?
Well, yeah, like if you just refresh your screen, it should already have submitted. and then if you go when it loads to the car, I think that was a car request. Let me look.
Yeah, car ID.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still says 1179.
Yeah, so like that obviously has some check-in. So yeah, I knew it wouldn't work, but you never know, right?
No, I hear
This
you.
is
Yeah,
why-
absolutely.
This is why like people say like it can take so long to find your bug because you can try so much crap. You can try a 7 there. Try a 7, see if any other item comes up. Yeah, then hit send and refresh. You were worrying before, right? About like, because you were using Burp and you were asking like, oh, what are you supposed to be looking for, right?
Yeah, I'm so unstructured in how I go about it that I just don't know. Like,
Yeah,
I've
like,
been
if you
watching a
open
ton
your
of
Burp
videos on
suite, I'll make it
methodology
easy for
and
you.
yeah, perfect.
Yeah, if you make it like full screen, and just go like do something on the website. I don't know, like capture the request and do something on it. Like click go to checkout or something. I don't know.
Yeah, let me resend this and see if this works. I want to see if
Oh,
this...
that's just you click an add on one of the items. Oh yeah, that'll work.
There it
It's hard
is.
to see.
Yeah, it's encoded.
Yeah, like if you look on the right side, if you make the right side a bit more bigger, because this is like URL encoded, it's quite difficult to read. But if you
Yeah, I'm trying to see how I can expand the inspector. There we go.
yeah, there you go. You can see like the decoded part.
There it is.
What you can do. Yeah, what you can do is like copy the decoded part from the whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then like put that in like a notepad or something. Oh yeah, you're on Linux, my bad. Yeah, then edit it in there, so you don't have to save it. It's just.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So then you can just mess around with this. Yeah. So if I change this to a number.
Yeah, and then copy it again. I'll make sure you get all of it. Yeah. And then place it there. Right. Make sure it's up number 1. Yeah. And then highlight it all again. And then press Control U to. You can press Control U.
And then U again.
I think that should work, even though it's got a plus by the get request. It should work if you press forward.
And then turn.
And go to the site. It should be fine.
I don't know if anything's sent.
Yeah, you have to refresh. Probably, yeah.
Here, I can...
So if you go... Did you copy that into the notepad thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go back to it, just copy from... nah, not the H2. You see where the /GraphQL is?
Yes.
Yeah, copy from there to the end, except for the HTTP/2 part. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, to there, yeah. Then copy that, and then you put it in that way. It's just because of the get thing got encoded with it. I think your requests might be off. Yeah, you've turned your interception off on your Burp suite.
Oops.
Yeah, now try it. Oh, that's strange. Yeah, if you just make any other request, it doesn't matter what one. Like, I just click something. Yeah. Oh, it's there. It's in your intercept. It's just because you've got the thing stretched all the way out. Like if you go max size screen.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Like put that full screen, by the way. I'll show you like what you don't really need to look at. So like it's quite hard to see, but sometimes like you can use the referrer, which is like using who sent the request, right? So you can use the website to send a request from itself, pretty much. You don't really need to do that here though, because it's already doing it. But like the bottom ones, you don't really care about. The cookie is like all over the place. I wouldn't even mess with it. The only thing you really look at is like the top part where the get is. So like that's obviously what it's getting from the website, right? So get obviously means get and post is post something. So yeah, so like we've already decoded that and looked what it does. It's just get an item ID and blah blah blah. It's not really interesting. So like if you just go through the site and just click more stuff on it, you can forward that request or turn your intercept off for the minute. It's up to you.
Yeah, let me send this to...
You don't need the pro version, by the way, because you mostly use like what I'm showing you now.
Yeah, and it seems like also with this style of testing, persistency is not as important because it's not like you're going to go back and be like, okay, I'm going to come check out this single GET request.
Yeah.
Like once you kind of parse through it. That's what I was curious too, is when you get these, how much time are you spending on it? Like what is some indicator? What is your indicator when you're like, this looks like it's worth spending some time on?
Well, like you've seen before, we had the price on it, right? On Burp Suite and on there. I would probably play around with it for at least 20 minutes doing like a bunch of random stuff, because bear in mind the Burp Suite captured a bit more. So like if you go to Burp Suite and intercept the request again and just click add on one of the items.
There we go.
Not that. Just click forward there. Yeah, keep clicking.
Auto suggestion, search result placement.
Yeah, you only look at the top part, by the way.
Item price query.
Yeah, not that. Yeah, not that.
Items. Maybe. What is this? Decode to?
Nah, I don't even think you clicked an item on there yet.
Item price query. Items. Oh, shoot. Hold on.
Yeah, if you click add on one of those, I don't think that intercept. Yeah. Yeah, and scroll down. You'll see it at the bottom, mostly. No, it's not it. Click forward again.
Will that load? Oh, that should just hang.
Did you click there? Oh yeah, click forward again.
Cart view layout.
Turn intercept off. Then turn it back on. And then just click plus, like, just forward all that stuff. Just like spam click forward.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And then just keep spam clicking forward so all that goes away. And then I think you oh no, it is the same site. It's just got tons of requests. Just
check for
click plus on something. I don't know.
Yeah, I clicked plus on it, and now it's... Oh, here it is.
Oh yeah, scroll down. There it is. There it is. Scroll down.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah. So like, there's more stuff there. You know, like there's quantity. I would probably try putting in like a super long number, which you've already done. I can't really see what else it says because it's really blurry. What's down below a bit more?
It's a lot of strings. There's a Boolean value for ABP enabled.
Yeah, you could try putting that to true because you'll never know what it does. You know.
So would they, if you were to change like a string to an integer, and then it causes some type of error. That's a bug bounty, right? No.
I mean, like this will usually have checks for that.
Yeah.
You know, so I wouldn't check that. I would probably just check negative values. Well, what's more down at the bottom though? Because there's quite a lot more underneath. There's a product ID there.
Yeah, item ID, stock level, in stock. Blackout. What is blackout? Sure.
Oh, there we go. There's a buy one get one at the bottom, which had
Wait.
a boolean value on.
I just messed that up.
Sorry.
Which is
Oh, if you go to intercept, I think you can go back.
There we go.
Just that.
Wait.
So you see it again. At the bottom, there was a buy one get one. I think it said buy one get one. Oh, there's a user ID there. That's really long though.
Yeah.
Card type grocery. Where was that buy one get one? Oh, there it is. It's set to false. Can you see it? Buy one get one. I think that's buy one get one free. Like try setting that to true. You know. You don't do
Loyalty. Sure.
What else is there? Is shadow request? No idea what that is. Search ID? No. Page? No. That user ID. Try changing the N2 to like a 1, or even try setting user ID to 1 in general. Like 1 might mean admin. You never know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like this stuff that you just gotta check. It sounds stupid and strange to check it. Yeah, and then turn it off and then see what happened. I can't really tell what happened.
Yeah, it doesn't. I have too much shit in my cart.
Oh wait, before you remove something, click intercept is off to on, and then click remove something. Yeah, and then
there it is.
Go down.
Quantity 0. It changes the quantity to 0.
Yeah, so like you've clicked remove, right? But now try add in.
While
you know what I mean? Like that's a
logical
error. Like, you clicked remove.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah,
so it's very much
like
focused on edge cases. Like you're looking for the stuff that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, the stuff that they would not seem to like check up, right?
Oh, it added them. Even though I clicked remove.
Did it actually?
Yeah.
Like click intercept is off to on again and click remove on the other one. Yeah, you have to do all sorts of weird stuff, I swear.
Yeah, this is funny. Yeah, if I change this quantity to...
Yeah, try changing it like super big, like massive number.
Just break it.
Like bigger than that. Well, we got some IDs there, which like it's only 3 letters, so you could try in like ID 1 on one of them. I don't know.
It's attributes for the product. Oh, so these are all associated with. What would this be used for? Like SEO when people are grocery shopping.
Or what does it say underneath it? Like high carb is that?
Yeah, it says high carb.
That's probably like the ID of just carb.
Yeah.
Just like the JSON for it, I don't know. What else is there? Like,
low stock
what does
label.
retailer false mean? Like, what does that mean? Blackout false. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd be checking all this
stuff.
I'd be like, oh, turn that to true. What does that do? Because, like, obviously you don't really know, like, some of this stuff is. It's probably just, like, shorthand or something that somebody developed. I don't know. Like, blackout, what does that mean? I'd probably set that to true. See what that does.
Yeah, and just
Just
see
gotta
how
try
it
like
responds.
yeah, just gotta
I
try like
see.
strange stuff that he's trying.
Yeah, the most interesting of this whole thing to me still is that we're doing this testing and it's not some crazy endpoint.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what just happened? We just removed, but you added like 10 million, right?
Yeah.
Like, intercept the request and click go to checkout. This is gonna be like tons and tons of stuff going on here.
Variables, cart ID.
So like there's a cart ID. What does that say?
So if we change this to one less. Intercept off.
Yeah, like
Oh, it's not even loading it. Oh, because what is?
you can even see at the top. It's got like a get request to like ID something.
Yeah.
Try changing the ID to a 1. Like straight in the browser, yeah. Loading.
Nothing's loading. So then, if could I see what my previous ID was? No.
Don't know why it's not loading. Could be because you're using Burp. Sometimes they won't like load content if you're using Burp, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I just disabled it. I did change the. Let me see. I did change something. So if we go to intercept design, checkout. Oh shoot! I threw. Hold on.
Like there's so much stuff that you could go through. Like I'd click the buy it again, see what that does. I'd click the buttons on the side and see what happens when I click them. Choose replacement, see what happens when you click that. You know.
Yeah, you're just.
Do you know how to send like 2 requests at once?
No.
So if you go back to like add an item or whatever, I'll show you how to do this. This is like how you do like race conditions and stuff.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so let me intercept.
So this might be a bit complicated, right? But just first of all, remove everything from the thing, just so it's easier.
Okay.
Alright, and then like turn the interceptor on, and then click add, and then click add on another one as well. Right, now go to the left side, right click and send that to repeater. Right, now go back to the thing after that. Yeah, click forward. We have to find the second item that's been added now. That's not it. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's not it. Next.
It had a huge GraphQL
yeah.
at the bottom.
Yeah, you'll
there
see
it is.
Yeah, that's the second one. Now click that in there.
Send to repeater.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have both of them.
Right, so I'm trying to remember how you do this, because I usually use that, but I think you click the, go to the repeater tab, because we're going to be in there.
Yeah.
And then I think you click the plus sign. I think it's the plus sign. You see the plus sign next to it?
Add tab.
Yeah. Create a tab group, that's it. And then just call it whatever. Like.
Let's say combo race.
Yeah. And then I think you click the setting icon underneath the thing. Don't click send. No.
Oh no.
Click the wheel icon, like whatever it is. I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah.
Sending. Now click the drop down arrow by the send. You see the orange send?
Oh yeah.
Like there's a drop down. I think you
yeah. Oh, in parallel.
Yeah, I would send it in single first.
Send in sequence.
Bear in mind, you're gonna have to do this again because you kind of already hit send, but
yeah, no.
Go to the website now and hit refresh. There should be like 2 items in the thing. Yeah, you can see them there, right?
Yeah. Or well, I added those.
Yeah.
Let me see if I turn intercept off.
Yeah, so remove them off the cart again. but this time, like, try add them in, like
Yeah.
I'll explain, like
I see what
yeah,
you're saying.
like add one in, and then
So this
right-click and
one-
center repeater a couple of times. Like, I think, what button is it? There's a,
Yeah, let me remove these.
yeah, like, press right-click,
Right-click, Control
and then
R.
just press Control R a bunch of times. Go back to the other page, and just press Control R a bunch of times. I think you can press it directly in there.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Not too many, that's fine. And then go back to the, whatever it's called, and then try and find the second one. Yep. It's not that. Next one.
Oh, wait, I didn't ask for a second one yet.
Oh, you only did one, yeah, it doesn't matter, we can remove them anyway.
There we go.
Now you click plus on the same item there.
Oh.
We wanna use two to see what happens if you hit, like, put different items in at the same time, if you know what I mean, not the same one.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, that's the remove. Don't click that one. Yeah, click add, and then plus.
There we go.
Now add that in a few times.
Okay.
Right, before we do this, right, go back to the thingy, whatever it's called, the requester, and then turn intercept off, like just turn that off. Right, like delete everything from your cart now. So you want to see in action. Right, now go to your repeater, is it? Yeah, add them into a group. Yeah, you're gonna have to like make it bigger, I think. Oh no, you can just do that, yeah.
Group. I have to add everything.
You can press, I think it's Control. Like you click the top one and press Control, and you can just hit the bottom, if you know what I mean. It'll select them all. Or Shift, one or the other. Yeah, great.
Group 2.
Alright, make sure you don't click Send this time.
Okay.
The drop down one.
Ooh, that was close.
And then I usually do single connection first.
Send group
Top
in
one,
sequence?
Yeah, yeah. And then send. And then refresh the browser, or that page. And they should be in the car. Yeah, see what happened, like if you click the cart. Probably nothing, but...
only 2 items. Oh, so I see how this could work. So you could start sending, like, delete and add at the same time.
Yeah, you could do stuff like that, right?
Oh, okay. That's cool,
like
yeah.
You could add 2 items, capture, like, 2 of the same item in, and then capture the request for delete and add, right, like you just said, and see what happens if you add and delete them both at the same time, right? You know what I mean? You could do all sorts of weird stuff.
Yeah.
You can make it, like, really complex as well. You can even chain it, which is really strange. We could try that one if you want. We could try the add and delete request at the same time.
Yeah, let me...
That might actually work, I don't know, because that is, like, I don't know much developers that are gonna...
Yeah, let me, okay,
I think you just right-click that and it deletes or something.
We're all over. Okay, so let's remove...
You're gonna have to get the history, I think, of this one, or you could just send it to thingy, I don't know. Yeah, we have to do it with the same one, though.
Yeah, so it'll be... So this one we want to center repeater and add, and then we want to...
Yeah, so you've got that one in there, now you turn that off. And then turn it back on.
Oh, I see, and then just clear the cart.
Yeah, then like
it after.
Then click the remove, yeah.
Okay. Center repeater.
Delete 26, because I think you've done it twice there.
Oh, these are the new ones.
No, you've added... I think you just added the same one in twice, I don't know.
Let me see.
Like, delete all of them, because you have to delete the group as well, because it'll send the group as well.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, close all tabs in group. Yeah.
Okay.
and just delete everything. I'll tell you how to do it. Right, delete everything.
There we go.
Right, go to the thingy, yeah. Turn it off, turn it on.
Let me delete these.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, turn that on. Click add. And then right click that and send it to repeater. Then turn intercept off. Right, and then I'll go to the cart in the top right. Turn your intercept on. Now click the remove. Send that to repeat.
I want to drop this one though, right? Or no, I guess it doesn't matter.
No, you can turn it off. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, even if that goes through and it removes it, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Then go to the other tab. Now you can turn that off. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So you want to put a few of those in before you do this. No. Add a few in, like maybe 2 or 3. I don't know. Yeah, and same with the other one.
I'll do a different number.
Yeah. I'd probably put a few more in though, because like sometimes it's a bit delayed. Yeah, that's fine. I usually do 5 minimum. And then add them to a group. How do I do this? The plus button. Alright.
Yeah, here we go. So it'll be. Oh wait, all of them. Yeah, create tab group.
Press that, like, and then shift to the bottom. It should just select them all. Like, if you press that, hold shift in, and then press the top one. It should just select them all.
Yeah, that's what I was just trying. Shift just removes it.
Oh, it could be control then.
Oh wait, here we go. How did I just do that? I just got them.
What you do is you go to the top, you hold in shift and keep it held in, and then scroll to the bottom, and then press the last one at the very bottom. So you hold shift in at the whole time before you even clicked it. It could be control if it's not shift.
Yeah, I just did it. That was interesting.
Could be alt actually, I don't know. I think it's because you're on. Are you on? You might be on Kali. It might be a bit different. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
I don't know why people use Kali either, because I don't use Kali. I use Windows.
Really?
Yeah.
For bug bountying?
Yeah, you don't need anything. Honestly, you only need your browser.
Yeah, and the network tab. That's a great way to learn it too, because at that point you understand fundamentally. Because I'm sure the people that do use the scripts, they know what's going on. But somebody like if you're using the network tab and you're doing all the enumeration, you have so much more knowledge and depth of knowledge than other people who are so reliant on tools.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And make sure you do the drop down.
Send group in parallel.
I usually do the top one because that's single connection. I don't know how the separate one works. It might be proxies somehow, but I usually do the top one, which is from your address, all in one.
Send
do the top one first.
Yeah, well, sequence is like, one after another. Wouldn't we want to do parallel so it's all at once?
You could try, yeah.
Or single connection, send group and sequence.
You try the bottom if you want. You could just resend it anyway after you delete them all, like from the cart. I mean, yeah, there you go. See what happens. You have to refresh. Probably. Oh, something's there. How's that? You might have added like one at the end or something.
Oh yeah,
no,
only
nothing
one.
Happened.
Yeah.
Try sending it in a different thing on the left. This would be crazy if it actually does something.
Adds one, because there's 13 requests, so I left one left. One was still there.
Oh.
Let me see.
I don't think it matters I just think it's secured.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a good idea that you came up with, though. See, like, because you're able to come up with those ideas, I think you'll do really well at bug bounty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be
You
awesome.
just gotta think of like strange things.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like this is logical bugs that I'm showing you, though. Like this is not like what do you call it? Like SQL or XXS or like if you tried XXS on there, it's not gonna work 100%. Like somebody's already tried it. You know what I mean?
That's
If
what
you
I was
try, like,
saying. Yeah, because that's what I kept. That's I think was the thing was when I was looking for these crazy endpoints. I'm like, I don't want to start testing on www.instacart /home for injections or like anything OWASP top 10 because it's already been hit. So I think that's where my addiction to Recon is because I'm like, all right, I'm not going to test for an OWASP top 10 on a page unless it's way hidden or way out there.
yeah, you've got to remember as well, like there's people, yeah, that have tools attached to every single one of these websites that are run 24 hours a day. Like,
Yeah, true.
and they're just like doing like string attacks, like exploitation all over the place. That's why I always tell people, like, for your first bug, always look for a logical one. I found more logical than anything because, you know, it requires like manually testing, like what we're doing now. There's no tools to do what we just did there, you know.
Yeah.
Um, don't try like SQL. Don't try XSS. CSRF is pretty common, but it's garbage, to be honest.
You don't think SQL is worth it?
I mean, it is, but like you've got to remember, there's however many people just constantly hounding it. You know what I mean?
That was my question for SQL injection was because obviously they're not going to let any type of input in without sanitization. There should be some level of sanitization. So for people that are finding SQL injection attacks, let's just say if this search bar was injectable by chance, are there people that are sitting here like going like crafting payloads and like trying to pick? Like, are they sitting here doing this, trying to bypass the filter, or like, what is their? Or is it reading source code?
Like some of them have firewalls, right? So a lot of them, like a lot of developers, because I develop websites myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people will be like extremely lazy, and they'll just use the firewall, right, to block the request. So sometimes if you can get around the firewall, like by crafting some crazy ass payload that the firewall just doesn't detect. Some people get around it and it just pops like SQL, right? So, you know, but honestly, like SQL injection prevention, especially like in PHP and all these other languages, is like really easy to like protect against now because you have stuff like prepared statements, which prevent that sort of stuff. So I usually don't go for like any SQL at all. I know people say that's bad, but honestly, like it's really rare. I know, like you've probably seen some people crack like SQL injection on some government website. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, with some crazy query. It's like some ridiculous syntax query. That's why it's like, so those people that are getting past the firewall and actually hitting a SQL query, are they just going on a whim, like hoping? Or do they know, they're like, I know that I can craft an SQL query and bypass this firewall? Or is it all at that point, they're just going to say, I'm going to sit down for 10 hours and come up with all these crazy SQL queries and see if any of them work?
Well, they generally know the string that they want to use, but what they're doing is they're trying to like encode it or just make it so complex that the firewall just says, yeah, I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing. Is same with like XSS, like some people will triple or even double, like for example script alert. You've heard of that one, right?
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah, so they'll do stuff like double the thing, so like SSCCRRIIPPTT. Do you know what I mean? Like, so they'll try and really like make it encoded. Do you know what I mean? It's just to bypass the filtering, really. But honestly, it's not worth doing those. If you're gonna find your first bug, I'd highly recommend logicals. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff that I could like teach you. There's just honestly there's tons of stuff. You know.
Yeah, that's what I
I
found is just going online and seeing there's so many rabbit holes. And it's like I think I have an understanding of something and then I watch like an hour video on YouTube of what cookies are and a breakdown of cookies. It's like, dude, there's so much to everything going on here.
Yeah, like honestly, like you see on the left side, right? You see all that stuff in Burp, and you're just thinking like, what the hell? Honestly,
Yeah.
the only thing I'm ever looking at, right, is the top part, which is the get request or the post request. I'll just highlight that like you've done there, and you can see on the right side the decoded part of it, right? If
Yeah.
I want to change it, I'll just change it there, and I'll scroll to the bottom to see, you know, that stuff we've seen before with the JSON, right?
Yeah, the
I'm
body.
not looking at the headers because you don't really need to do anything with those. Like sometimes people will mess with like the referrer, so
Mm-hmm.
the request comes from itself because sometimes it's like F or something, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
some sort of like something there, and they'll just use the website to make the request on itself. And that's something I wanted to tell you really quick is there's a website called Interact.sh. If you go there really quick, like because people use like Cloudflare and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like I told you, like websites are just computers, right? So, oh yeah, yeah, websites are just computers, yeah. So, Cloudflare is it's a proxy, like it's a reverse proxy. So that means like the proxy is on their side, right? So, the only way to get the original IP address, right, from these websites that are hosted on Cloudflare is to make the website make a request on itself, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because then at that point it's not going to. Well, I worked with Akamai a lot at work, and so I understand. Because at that point you're not going through the Edge network. You don't even need to jump any servers. You're just calling itself. So your request is staying locally.
You've got your Burp Suite intruder on.
Right.
Oh no! What the hell? I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah. Why is
strange. But like some websites will have like mailing lists on them, or do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
Some mailing list.
What's the website? Interact.sh?
Yeah, hold on, maybe some. Just grab it really quick.
Interact.sh.com.
It's called. I'll just send you the link. Yeah, people use this for like Cloudflare. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I can try to use it really quick.
Yeah, what is this?
So all you do is you copy that like address. Yeah, you copy that. With the like looks like a mirror.
There it goes. Yeah. Okay.
And then like if you've got a website that has like a mailing list and it's behind a Cloudflare, what you do is like just go to a site that's got an email, for example. I don't know.
Facebook.
Yeah, any.
Sign up.
I'm not sure if it works on signups. It might do, but basically, look for one with a mailing list on it. I'm trying to think of one.
What would have a subscription to a newspaper?
Yeah, or something.
Here. Morning Brew, Daily News. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. So you paste that in, but then you type in @ and then like gmail.com.
Oh, to bypass the filter.
Yeah, because it'll like have some filter on it, and then go to the Interact.sh thing, where it is. Oh, it's not worked.
Oh, so hold on, let me. Here we go.
Sometimes it doesn't work though. I don't know. It's a bit weird.
It may have not sent the request yet.
Ah, true. Yeah.
You're in.
I hope this works. Cause, I don't know. Maybe try a different website.
Let me. Or actually, here, let me do this. Let me grab this. Copy link.
You should seriously bookmark that though. By the way, like lots of people want to know how to bypass Cloudflare, and that's like one of the best ways.
Yeah, this will be
like,
really cool. Yeah, because I host
Yeah.
my website on Cloudflare, so it'll be interesting to see how it responds.
It's kind of 50-50 though. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't think it worked on that site, but like I've used it and it has worked on others. You just paste that in on that Gmail or whatever on some newsletter or something, you know.
Some type of input.
Yeah. Is there anything else you got questions about?
Honestly, at this point, it's just a lot of gratitude because that was so helpful. I think, especially for the long run,
Yeah.
to understand that you can bug bounty right from the start. Like as soon as you get to the page, you don't need to do a large emphasis on Recon. I see where Recon comes in handy for people that are very tool reliant, because if you don't do Recon and you're tool reliant, everyone's using the same tools, so somebody's already scanned that page. But if you're going through this here, doing the logic, sorry.
No, sorry. What were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say, if you're doing the business logic testing versus the tool scanning, Recon's not necessarily important because that's all manual.
Yeah.
So that at that point you're just crafting your own payloads.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like the results vary. Like you never know what's gonna happen, but if it's unintended, it's a bug, right? So it doesn't matter what happens as long as something weird happens, right?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, do you want me to show you how to actually like do Recon with a networking tool and with the JS files, or would you rather me?
No, absolutely, yeah, we can do that.
All right, so like this site, like if you just open up your networking tools.
Yeah, this
actually,
is awesome.
We'll do the JavaScript one first. Like if you just hit the debugger. Oh my god.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, if you how come there's so many? What the hell?
Like all these threads.
You see the Instacart one?
There it is. I see it.
Yeah, there.
Collapse all.
Yeah, sure.
Oh wait, no.
Oh, that didn't do it.
Yeah.
Expand all.
Set directory root.
Nah, that's not. I think you just got rid of it all there. Yeah, if you click on the store, maybe. Oh, maybe that does do that. That's strange.
Yeah. That's all.
Yeah, that's strange. I didn't know you could put it in there like that. That's strange. What else is in there though? There's got to be something in there. Yeah, actually, just hit the Instacart thing at the top left. You see where the drop down is? Or just refresh the thing. Because I don't know why you've got so much stuff in there. It could be because you've got like the tabs open. I don't know.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, now check.
There it goes.
There you go.
So yeah, it's got two things. It's got an index page and then a program.
So if you see at the bottom, you've got those like little brackets. Like, if you scroll, if you move your mouse down a bit, and then to the left a bit. See that?
Yeah.
If you click that, yeah, that makes it like a line, so it's easy to read. Not that one, but that one, yeah.
Clicking on
if you
it.
click the index one though, where the home tab is, yeah. So like, this is like ways you can find what you call it. This is how you do like the recon and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just like slowly go through that, like just look down a bit. Yeah, I got some JavaScript there. Like a lot of this is just like manually looking through, right? I know some people code in JavaScript and stuff. But what's that? What the hell? There's no fucking way, bro.
What?
Copy that link right there. And open that in the browser. What the fuck? There's no way. Sorry to swear.
No, dude, you're good.
That's crazy. What? No way.
You're about to log into the site with the username of the website.
Click yes.
Does not require. Oh no! Shoot. 404.
Oh no way. As if they put that there though. That's crazy. That's what I mean. Like this is why you gotta always check.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, stuff. That's crazy though. 404. Imagine if that worked. Oh my
It was
God,
just. It just said that too. It said you're about to log in So at this
Yeah.
point, if it's not even if this doesn't work, you wouldn't sit here and like try some other backend or.
Nah, I think what's happening there is like they've only allowed access from like certain IPs from the firewall or something, so there's no way to get into that unless you have like the server IP somehow.
And you wouldn't take the time to try and bypass that rule. That's not worth it.
It depends. Like, maybe.
I guess yeah, it's a loaded question.
Yeah. But that's crazy though, bro. Like, as if DSE
Yeah.
is right there. That's crazy. What happens like if you scroll a bit more? What's there?
Let's see. Release. Store client webpack. Is that another username?
No, I don't know what that is.
Environment production.
I think that's it, right?
Yeah. It had another @ symbol, but that's not anything, man. AMD 64.
Yeah, but your Recon tools would not pick that up.
No, absolutely not.
If you just keep going down, bear in mind this is just on one page.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, could be here forever, bro. Yeah, if you keep going down, what's that say there? The comment. We prefer in analytics data, but get from the API. I wonder if they put the API key in here. Imagine. Keep going down. Doesn't look like they did. Yeah, that's the CSS. You can scroll a bit faster. Oh, wait there. It says, doesn't look interesting.
Another script.
There's like people that use like automation tools for this, but like even those, they don't like get, like they wouldn't have got that thing up there, I don't think.
Yeah, because you would have to come up with some type of regex expression that would notify that as something, and it just looks like a string of random characters without context.
What does that say there? What's that? Device info is mobile. Oh.
A false client. It looks like it's not even being processed. It looks like it's.
Oh, it's got the Linux version there. What the hell?
Access.
And it's got a key there. What the bro? Copy that.
What is this?
Is that what? I'm pretty sure I just seen like a key in there.
Yeah. Oh wait, that was my. I think this is mine because I just saw my.
Oh, it's yours.
We're gonna find out because I just saw my email. Yeah.
Oh really?
Jack yeah. Yeah. So that's my
missed
stuff.
That one then. Missed that one.
I see what you're saying though. This is interesting. Another question I have is, are you paying attention to scripts at all? And then if you are, at what point are you actually going through and understanding like how a script is working? Like what would, aside from key things like an API key or something like that you're looking at, is any of the script stuff interesting to you or like?
Well, I mean, it's quite like self-explanatory, like what we're looking at right now, right? So like there's I just look at the functions, right? Like, for example, well, it says variable track equals some like anonymous function, right?
Yeah.
So this is obviously like tracking, and it's got like analytics. So it says there window.analytics.track, and it's tracking the store.paint pref. So it's not really interesting, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Would there be like keywords or something that you're looking for that would be interesting, or like?
Well, that array there, the key array. Probably
yeah.
Not. That's probably just some tracking key or something. I don't know, because it's in the tracking function. I wouldn't expect anything decent to be. What the hell is that? Oh, this is some Cloudflare thing. I don't know. Don't use me. History, bro. Yeah, like that, for example, doesn't look interesting.
Yeah. Cloudflare. Do not use me history.
That thing there is weird though. I don't know why it's putting that there. I'm sorry if I'm boring you with this, but
dude, you are not. You trust me, you're not boring me. This is I've spent like actually I put 8 hours in yesterday, 6 hours in the day before. This is the most progress I made.
Serious.
Yeah, I like because I was so fixated on Recon. I'm like, why am I not finding some staging endpoint from 2007? Like, I'm never gonna find a bug.
Yeah, I mean, it's all in here. Honestly, you'll find like we will find some stuff eventually. We'll hit something soon.
Yeah.
I think that's just like some Cloudflare
Yeah, it's
JavaScript.
all.
Yeah, it's
These
just
are public
catchers
keys.
for Cloudflare. It's not really interesting. What's that there?
They look like public reCAPTCHA, enterprise score, checkbox score. Oh, these are
Can
for
you code, by the
bots.
Okay.
Python, yeah. I haven't really touched C. I'm pretty terrified. I'm not gonna lie to go towards C. But I like Python. I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah, Python's pretty.
That's the one thing.
there?
Like you were saying, the web development experience is important.
Yeah.
Like for everything, XSS, SQLX, I've done some stuff on PortSwigger. It all comes down to being able to read the code and then understand it.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't understand code, you can just look at like what the functions say, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm not that good at JavaScript. I can read what it says, but like JavaScript sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, just scroll down a bit because like this stuff is just like Cloudflare stuff's not really interesting. Scroll on there.
Google API is public key.
What's
holy
that?
visit
Whole
token.
visit token.
It's hard coded.
Looks just like some more analytics, I think maybe. Yes, probably analytics.
Phrase SDK API.
There's a user UUID, whatever it is there. Oh, yeah, SDK API key. What? What's that? What's Braz SDK API key? I don't think that's the API key though. It looks like a user UUID.
Yeah. API key included in each request is a request header and acts as an authentication key that allows you to use our REST APIs.
I don't think that's a key though. Doesn't look like a key. It's probably like encoded into UUID, and I don't think you can decode UUID. If you go on Google and just type in UUID, yeah, you see the picture on the right there.
Oh.
Not that one, but the other one. That's what it looks like, right? So like
Yeah.
they've put it in that sort of format. You'll never be able to guess that. So it's worthless. Keep going.
Oh yeah. To identify an object or entity on the internet. So that's my personal UUID.
Yeah, like in the back end, you can encode stuff in UUID. That's probably what they've done with the API key, if that is an API key. It's just a lot of privacy stuff. You can go down quite a bit from here.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I see that.
Whoa, what's that there? Can you see that? Like the URL. Is that? I don't
right here?
To be honest. Yeah, I don't think that matters though.
SDK. Challenge.javascript.
If you scroll down a bit more.
HTTP method
Yeah.
not allowed. I need to. It's probably
Just a weird URL I've never seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, scroll down a bit more.
That's it for this index.
Oh, that's it, right? Like, and now if you click I don't know, click on a different page on that website or something.
There we go.
No, it's not a page.
You'll
see by the top URL will change. So like if you click the free like hamburger icon at the top left, yeah, it'll pick up or something. I don't know. Yeah, and then go to like a different like one, so like your orders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then like reopen a debugger page because it's only showing the. Oh, it's only got that one page, I guess. Strange. If you go to network, I'll do network. This will load more JS.
Refresh.
No, click the JS at you see where you see add it on XHR.
Oh yeah.
JS as well this time. And then, yeah, then network tab and refresh.
So this just shows you these packets coming through. What is interesting about the JS?
Because like the website, like the front end will use like JS and sometimes the front end will use like, well, it does use fetch requests. Yeah, like fetch requests, and sometimes those fetch requests will be to like the subdomain of the website, and that's how you find the subdomains. That's why like there's tools online called JS Endpoint Finder or something like that, because they'll have the subdomains in the
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so those specifically crawl because the subdomain's hard coded in the JS.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would crawl this then for some type of regex to find an address or.
What I usually do is if you go on Google and type in JS beautifier. Yeah, I'll always have that open, like that one. I always have that open on the side. And what I do is, like, let's say you copy all that JS code from that link you clicked. Is it that one? Yeah, it's that one. If you like, just press Control A and copy it in there, and then click beautify or something. I always have this in there because it makes it like so much easier to look through. I can't really see that though because like it's so
like, tiny.
Yeah.
Okay, I can zoom in.
Whoa, that's too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'll do. I always do that. And I'll just quickly like scroll through it and just look for endpoints. You don't really need to like look at what some of it does unless you see something interesting, but that just does not look interesting. It's probably like some person's idea of like authentication or whatever you call it. It's got some regex in there. What the hell is
here it is. E-host replace HTTP test path. Oh, look at that. It's a.
Oh yeah, that's not valid.
No.
Nah.
You landed in a 404 verse, yeah.
Yeah, that's not valid. Yeah, scroll down a bit more. Hell, what's that? Data.hq.com. No idea. It's not interesting. Oh, there we go. We got API v2, but what's it for? Is it actually for that website or what? Do you know what I mean? There you go. You just found.
Yeah,
like,
it could be a path. Yeah.
It could be. You never know.
API v2. API depreciated.
It is nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep looking at that code though, because there could be something there.
Wow. This is so cool. This is so cool because it's such a better understanding than just teaching somebody tools. Like we're doing what the tools are doing, and it's such a deeper understanding. It'll go so much farther.
Yeah, I think it's better like if somebody's helping you through it, because I think there's like, because I've been like doing like hacking for years, like a long time, right? And there's lots of like people that will just, for YouTubers for example, will tell people to go in one direction, but you're not supposed to go in that direction, or they'll just like lap and make up some rubbish that.
Yeah.
Like the excessive enumeration when you can just do it like this, and you'll find way more stuff than anybody else will. Like I swear, nobody, like hardly anybody's doing this. Nobody's sitting there looking through JavaScript.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, this is so cool.
Yeah, they'll have tools that'll do it, but the tools will even miss stuff, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, too, with tools is, like, everybody has access to the same tool. Everyone's running the same tool. Like, you don't think some kid's out there scanning every single, like, endpoint with these, with all the regular tools, like nuclei? I'm sure this page has got hit 1 million times by nuclei.
I've never used nuclei. You see this code though, right? Like people will look at this and be like, "Oh, how the hell am I supposed to read this right?" You're not, because like function JEE, right? The hell is that? It's just obfuscation, right? It's because the website doesn't want you to see what it actually does. Yeah, so you can kind of like skip through a lot of this. I just
so you're supposed to not understand it. That's by design.
Well, yeah. the coder made it like unreadable. It's
Yeah,
called obfuscation. You can kind of make out some of it, but not all of it.
they
You can
change
make
a lot of
similar
the
code.
variables and yeah, because I mean obviously if they call the function like get password, that's gonna get a lot of eyes on it. But
Yeah,
function
yeah. You can
be
kind of
is
make it
not
out
gonna.
though, some of it, like return end.notify. You know, you can kind of make it out, but I wouldn't even bother wasting my time to be honest.
Arguments, length arguments, yeah.
Uh,
Intervention, depreciation, CSP
I just look for like really interesting stuff.
should be
Yeah, like
all.
good luck trying to work out what that does there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like good luck with that.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. Debug error. Oh, are these params? Maybe I don't know. Console
But like
HTTP
JavaScript
debug.
can have vulnerabilities in it, but like most of the time it doesn't. It's mainly the back end.
So when you're looking through these JS files, this is more for enumeration versus
Mostly,
trying to
yeah, or like
find
I'll look for
like
something interesting in there.
okay, like a good endpoint or some type of data rather than trying to break the
Yeah,
script.
yeah. And obviously this is obfuscated. If you want to waste time like trying to deobfuscate it, like geez, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll see like some really interesting stuff in here. I swear, I found so much interesting stuff in here.
Really, I'm sure comments especially.
Yeah, I found stuff from like API keys. I've even found like like SQL database information. I found that in there as well, like the
Really.
names of the tables and everything. Yeah, I swear people just leave it in there.
So would that could you turn that in as a bounty as information disclosure?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow.
The API key. Well, no, that's pretty serious. Like,
Yeah. So when you do find an API key, do you what does that proof of concept look like to show? Because you can't be like, hey, I took your API key and just created an admin user and now I run your website. Like, what is the scope of of finding an API key of like what your POC is supposed to be?
I usually just put it in like information disclosure, but like sensitive information disclosure or something like that.
So
Or
you're not doing like a POC of like you logging in with the API key and viewing data.
I don't think you really need to, because if it's like an API key that like, well, first off, obviously you need to find out what the API key can do, right? But
Yeah.
if you find it, then that is a pretty serious bug in itself, I would think, because lots of sites rely on like APIs now.
Yeah.
Um, what the hell does that say? Oh, yeah, you can scroll a bit faster, by the way. It's like not really like that
Yeah, that's what.
crazy.
Yeah.
Uh, Nothing there.
Open send
Uh,
abort. Do you ever do stuff with parameters, like guessing parameters, or like what do you fuzz? I guess
um,
that's a better question.
Honestly, like unless you're invited to like a private bounty or something like that, I really wouldn't. I know like they teach SQL and XXS and all that lot, but I promise you, like the amount of people that debug bounty, you'll never get it, bro. Like even me, like I never get them. It's really rare. Like you'll
What do you
find
mean
it, but
get
like you
what? Get like like
like injection
okay.
or like unsanitized input. Just something like that. You'll never get it, honestly. Well, you might, but really rare.
Very rarely. Yeah.
It's usually like in some really like obscure place as well that nobody checked, and that one
That's
person
that's
checked it.
and that
You know.
comes back to the crazy recon.
I mean, it's not really recon. It's more of like, oh, why didn't I check there, right? Or like, I never thought to check that.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I see what you're saying.
yeah, that's usually like whenever I look at people that have found bugs, I'll look at it and be like, whoa, I never thought of something like that. It's.
That's smart. So do you read other bug bounty reports?
I do, yeah. I found a bug on Swear like about a year ago. Um, yeah, it's not really a bug, but it's more of like a load balancing issue, and it actually got flagged as like, what do you call it? scope, but basically I could like inflate my likes so it looked real, but it wasn't. Like I could add like 1,000 likes on my posts.
Oh.
Yeah, and that was just simply like doing that stuff I showed you before, you know, where you press the button, capture the request, and send out a bunch.
Yeah, just some logic messing with it. Yeah, because there's no way that, or I mean, impossible. I mean, I guess nothing's impossible, but it's just testing
Yeah.
edge cases for something a developer didn't even think of or try and prevent.
Yeah. I don't think you'll find much else
WebKit.
in that. You can probably like go off that one.
Yeah,
Um, but
this
like
is.
if you
Let
go
me
back to
save
the
this.
yeah, I use it all the time.
I'm
I
gonna send
literally
that in the
always have that
chat.
tab
That
open.
is awesome.
If you go back to your network though, um, so I wanted to show you this.
Where was I? Oh, Instacart API v2. That is so cool.
Yeah, if you open your networks and I'm trying to think what it is. If you get rid of the JS for a second, because there's a ton of JS in there. Like if you just click on any of the requests, and then like scroll down, slowly.
Oh, request or response?
Yeah, scroll down on the header. Sorry, yeah, scroll down a bit. Keeps going.
That's request. Do we want response?
Try the request. Click a new one, like on the left, like maybe a 200. Click that B one actually. What's that? That B. Yeah, and then scroll down. There you go. You just found a subdomain right there. mgs.instacart.com. Right there.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You just like click through them and look through the headers, and you'll see like subdomains all over the place. So like you can type, like, go to that subdomain and look what's there. And not found. That's probably why there was a B there. I don't know. If you click another one. Oh, by the way, when you do find a subdomain, you should keep the network tab open as well, because you'll find other subdomains from that one, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
Scroll down a bit more. It's usually where the host is. There you go. Oh, it's actually accounts.google. Yeah, click another one.
Try telemetry.
I think that's just telemetry.
Host Instacart.
Yeah, try another one. But this is what you have to do. Like you'll just click through like tons of them, just scroll and have a look.
Accounts.google. Yeah, no, absolutely. This makes sense.
Also, there's different requests on each page, by the way. So like if you click on account settings now instead.
Oh.
I usually refresh because like it'll just load the previous one on the same one, so I usually just click the refresh at the top. Yeah, then that just shows you the ones for that page instead of you having like every, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so you're just going through and you're saying, all right, these file names are like what looks interesting. These are all
what's that 401
and
yeah, like I'll go through the files and just have a look. Like what's that? Like unauthorized. Scroll down.
Instacart challenges.forder.
What's the request? That's strange. I don't think that's anything to do with
I'm
the site.
alive.
The hell? What? That's strange.
Request headers. What is the?
Yeah, nothing there.
Nothing in cookies.
What's that? What's that? 301 v2 whatever.
VCHK moved permanently. And then also, I guess kind of random pop up, but I keep seeing all the YouTubers and stuff. They're like, even if a website says 404 or 401 or 400, they're lying to you. Like they're like
bypassing it.
Yeah. Not necessarily a 403 unauthorized, but like a 404, they'd be like, even though it says there's nothing there, there's usually something there. Like, are you looking into, like, for status codes, for example, you're not only filtering by 200s or 401s or 301s, you're looking at everything?
Yeah, I mean, like the 401, like I would have checked it because it could have been like like a subdomain, right? Like in the hosting or something like that.
Yeah.
And that could have just led to another site, like even if it was a 401 or a 404.
Like, the site itself would be a 404, but it would still have some subdomain in the host, or...
Yeah, the headers will still be there.
Okay.
So the request is always there. Before I go into...
Yeah, because that's why I was just curious. At first, the last 2 days, I've been trying to focus on things that were only 200.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I just want to... Like, if you click off this, by the way, like, I just want to show you some other stuff real quick. I promise this will be the last stuff.
Yeah, dude, no, absolutely. No, dude, this has been awesome. I think this is absolutely what I needed.
So, like, your password isn't, like, anything to do with your personal one, right? Because we're going to be changing your password here. Mm. It's not like a personal one, right? We can do your name instead, actually. Actually, I don't know, because it might show your password in the request, right? That's not your real password for anything else, right?
That I don't know, because I set up an Instacart like 4 years ago.
You know what we should do, right? We should just make a new account. So go to tempmail.org or whatever. This is what I do when I sign up for websites. Yeah, click that.
Disposable template. What?
Yeah, it's just quick email, I swear.
What is this, dude? No way.
I use it all the time, bro. I swear. I don't like when I do bug bounties. I don't like to use my like personal email. I know.
That's so smart. Absolutely.
Sometimes don't work though. Like sometimes I block it, but most of the time they don't. Tempmail's pretty good. I just didn't want like your personal details to be, all over the place. Like.
Oh, it is my new account. I made the account yesterday, so no, it's not.
Yeah, I use Tempmail for everything. It's good.
Sign up. We'll just say password.
One that you don't mind people see.
Yeah. Password 123. It's not secure. Surprising. We'll just say... I don't even know. Why can't I think of anything? Built-in head. 2024. No thanks.
See that try for 2 weeks? I probably would have tried that as well.
Oh yeah, just enable more features.
Yeah. You might have to confirm your email. I don't know.
It looks like we're in.
Yeah. Where's your account settings thing?
Yeah.
Somebody's definitely tested this, but like this is where I usually go for, like straight away. Like with this sort of stuff, I'll go straight to the account settings.
Yeah.
You wanna capture these requests, by the way. So like in your Burp suite. I did this once, yeah, and I literally hacked every single user on a website once.
Really?
Yeah, I shouldn't have done it, like, but yeah. I literally just changed everyone to have like the username +1 at the end.
Alright, Hilton Head 2025.
Oh yeah, we've got your proxy on.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I just threw that. Alright.
By the way, if you click that plugin thing again, and then click the settings side, you can pin it to the toolbar so you don't have to keep pressing that. That's what I do.
Oh, smart. Okay. Hilton Head 2026.
Sometimes you'll see stuff with like a username, right? So you'll just put like somebody else's username in there and change the password. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's it say there? I can't really see it.
It says operation name, update, user password. I wish I could make the text bigger on Burp.
You can if you go on to settings and just display. And
I have the
other
font
fonts,
size.
like, yeah, it looks okay there. It's just when you're in the repeater, it's tiny. But it's like 20 or something, it might help. Might suck for you, but makes it a bit easier to see.
That's fine, absolutely. That's the point.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't even need repeater. Here we go.
So it says current password, confirm password, operation name. What's the operation name? Because that's tiny for me.
It says update user password. Would you try? Would you try fuzzing for different parameters?
What I would do is send it to repeater, click send. Oh yeah, it's a those, and then see like if it responds with like a username. So like click send, and then scroll down. Should be some parameter there.
Token.
So what I would do is like you see in the request on the left. Yeah, I would add in username, or what does it actually say? Actually, on the website, does it say email or username?
Email address.
But there is a username on there, right? I think.
There's a name. There it is, name.
Name.
And that's just the start of the email.
Just try putting in name to see if this will work. Like this is what I was telling you before, where sometimes you have to add them in yourself. So
yeah.
Like on the variables, right? Yeah, add in like username, but the username is usually at the top. Although it shouldn't really matter. Yeah, no, you have to put it in the variables. In the.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Oh.
So like, I want you to remember this. Like sometimes you have to put them in like this, right? You have to manually put them in and see if something happens. Like it's really important you remember that.
Oh, it failed.
What's there's like 2 dots in your thingy. I can't really see it. Like, how did you put that in? Because I can't really see it.
Oh wait, hold on. Here we go. I think I just messed up. There it said. Okay, now it said okay. Update user password null. Message not authenticated. Path. Update user password.
Like the name Alex it's supposed to be double quotes in there, right? Can't really see it because it's so blurry.
Yeah, I did double quotes.
Yeah, but where the A is there a double quote to the left of that?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, yeah, I just couldn't see it.
All good. Yeah, my bad.
So it worked though, but it does not authenticate somehow. I don't know. But
correct.
That's what I mean. You should really remember that. Like sometimes you have to add in params yourself, right? So you could try email now. Try email instead.
Not authenticated. Line 2. Column 3.
What does it say?
It says location line 2, column 3. Is that referring to a database? Email Alex.
Oh, so it's probably checking that line 2 is the password. So the name is probably in the wrong place. Is basically what I think is wrong. So try putting the name underneath confirm password. No, I mean like you'd have to delete the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's checking line 2 in that array. So try put it
there?
Like underneath all of it, like underneath confirm password.
Oh.
Yeah. And then try it.
Line 2, column 3.
No.
Update. What if we did a different operation name? Read. It still comes back as. Oh, dude, is this a signature? Is that why?
I don't know what that is. That could be anything, to be honest.
I'm curious if this is a hash signature of this
I doubt you'd be
request,
able
maybe?
to decrypt it though.
Yeah. I was just curious if it was a signature to validate, because it's still put back to update user password even though I changed it to read.
I think it's just like the position of where the variables are, because it's kind of like guesswork, okay? Because we don't know where in their JSON it's supposed to be, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So like if you remove it and then press send, it shouldn't work really.
Bad request.
Oh yeah, I think you changed something, but let's try something else though, but like I just wanted you to know that you can put variables in there to check, right?
Yeah, that's
it's
smart.
important that you know that.
So most of the time when you're doing these bug bounties, you're spending your time with these response and request packets.
Yeah.
That's a lot of your information, and yeah.
It's just like tons of work.
Yeah.
Try the phone number, you know? Like you try the name, try the phone number, try the password, try the email. What happens if you even click change email, by the way? It could show username instead. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's
What's loyalty cards as well? What is that? See, like, that's a good one. See, if you go back to email, like, what's your...
Why did that just...
What's this happen?
Oh, because I changed the password.
Oh, shit.
What is my email? That is such a great site. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's good. We can try hack your other email, because you've got another site on there, account on there, right?
Yeah, that's my email.
So capture the email request when you click change. So we'll try and change your stuff from your other account.
I see.
Yeah, and just put all that in there, but we'll change it when we send it. And send that to repair.
I see where this is going.
Yeah, so you see where I'm coming from here?
Yeah. So you're gonna
put
change
your email in now. You're gonna put your email in twice. But if this works, you've literally got account takeover right there. But you know, who knows?
See, this is what I would never been able to do if I was so obsessed with Recon, because I feel like I never would have been satisfied with any endpoint. Or it would at least take me like 4 days to scan for one.
It sounds like incredibly stupid and simple though, doesn't it? Like people think like hacking is like insanely difficult, but I swear this is like 99% of what it is like. Like somebody found a bug on some Halo game just like this with some sort of server browser, right? And the guy was able to find other people's emails and passwords just by using Burp like this. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah. What happened? Did you send it? Yeah.
Yeah, I sent it and then I restarted.
What does the request, the response say?
Email taken.
Okay?
The response
email
says
taken.
Email taken. Okay, so you could enumerate for emails.
Email taken.
Confirm.
Is that actually your email? Yeah.
Yeah, this is my email for my actual account.
Try changing the confirmation email to the other account. Sounds stupid, but it might work.
No, absolutely nothing. At this point, I'm starting to realize that you kind of have to be very out there thinking for this to be effective.
That's all logic bugs are. It's just like thinking of stuff that's like strange.
Not authenticated.
You could try deleting the SA256 hash, and you could try deleting the cookie at the same time.
We'll just set cookie.
Yeah, like try delete the cookie. And then try it.
Blank query.
Oh yeah, because the things, like, I think you did something that, like, just press the top arrow. You see the top where the arrow is? Press that. I think you deleted something that changed the thing at the bottom. Just try delete the cookie again. Yeah, just there. There you go. I think you'd have to remove the cookie maybe as well. I don't know. Nah, put that back in.
Keep the SHA.
You just try one thing at a time, and then press send.
Smart. Add class blank query.
Yeah, the thing's gone all weird again. Press the back thing. I don't know what happens, but when you delete the thing, press send.
That works.
What's it say now?
Update user email. No, not authenticated. Because it's probably by session token or something in the cookie. We're trying to do this de-authenticated now.
Yeah, it could be something else. What else is there? Can't see 'cause it's like so blurry.
And that only the not authenticated.
Try changing the referrer. Like, you see the referrer is pointing to store account profile. Try just deleting it to so it says .com. You never know.
Yeah. Not authenticated.
No,
What
try
if
getting rid of the hash. Just leave the hash empty, but leave SA hash there.
Let me try this email. Not authenticated. Because the cookie.
Oh, I meant like keep the hash.
Oh.
There.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
What's it say?
400 bad requests. Does not like that.
Yeah, that's probably secured then. You could try options at the, like, if you just press the back button at the top to the very back. Yeah, go to like the first one or something, and then go to the top. Like the top of the scroll thing. Yeah.
My bad.
Change the post to a get instead. And then press on.
Blank query.
Yeah, try options.
Request method not supported.
Oh, there's a cloud flare. Didn't even notice that.
Batter class cloud flare.
Yeah, but you get the idea though.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
what else is on there, you know?
Yeah, you're just looking for any type of vector.
Yeah, it takes a long time though. Like, I swear, you could be here like for days. This is why people usually say like it takes days and weeks, right?
Yeah, for
bug hunting is,
bug hunting. Yeah.
Yeah, bug hunting is like a long process, really long. What
I like this more than.
Try,
yeah.
Huh?
No, sorry. What were you saying?
What you can also try. Do you want to try it now?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I got about like 30 more minutes.
Oh, sorry. No, we'll just do this thing real quick. If we just log out.
Log out.
This was actually a bug on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, it's a race condition when you create an account.
Sign up.
Go to your, go to sign up, but like go on temp mail, so you're gonna need a new email. And then click change, I think it is. Oh, you see the top where it says change or delete or something. Like you got to copy, refresh, change, delete. No.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you.
I think it's that, or refresh, I don't know. Or delete or something. I think that's the same one.
There it is.
Could be refresh. If not, you could just open in a private tab and it should just give you a new one.
Yeah. Okay. Let me incognito.
So can you think what I'm going to ask you to try and do?
Submit account creations for the same account at the same time.
Yeah, but not just twice, but like 100 times.
Alright, let's see.
Yeah, so when you've put
Intercept,
in your details, just, yeah, I think you know what to do now.
sign up. Or wait, I guess.
See, you're already getting it before you didn't even know what you were looking at.
Yeah, literally. What should I do? This will be account 1 password.
Before you do anything, just make sure it's the right thing.
Yeah, create user, operation name, create user, email, account 1 password,
Yeah.
first name.
Don't click intercept off this time though.
I won't. Yeah, because I don't want to send that.
You need to keep the recache as well. Just send it to repeat it.
And then I just want to drop it, right? I don't want to complete it.
No, you want to keep it. Don't turn it intercept off because we got the recache. We need to keep it. Delete 41 and 42 because I don't think those are part of
Yeah, those aren't relevant.
And then just press Control R like a bunch of times, at least 15 plus. Maybe a few more. Just because you're trying to like make it lag.
Yeah.
Time as well. And then just add them all.
Go some more. Okay, this is where I actually have to learn. Oh, there it goes. Got it.
There you go.
Okay, so it's shift and then click. I was doing click or hold shift.
Well, don't click send. Make sure you click that here. This time I'd probably do the separate connection one, so like different people at the same time.
Yeah, and then just send it, or do I want to? Hold on, I want to turn intercept off or no?
Nah, just send it.
Yeah, this is awesome.
And then check your email.
HTTP, okay. Error type forbidden. Shared error.
Yeah, but that's on like the last request. That's on 96. It's the one, yeah, the one on the left in it. Oh, I think you just deleted the email.
No, I just refreshed.
Oh.
Your inbox is empty.
Is that the correct email?
Yeah, this is the one I just created.
Go back to the Burp thing, sorry. Yeah, you do have to turn that intercept off, my bad.
All good, all good.
Yeah, and then press send. Kind of validate the security, but go to your email though. If there's just one request, then
Shared error.
try sending it in the press the arrow drop down thing again. Just try sending it in both, just in case. Yeah, like that one. Send. The other one. Send.
Interesting. It's sending it right to this GraphQL endpoint.
It could just be wait, scroll down. Is the email in there? Go up.
Yes.
Yeah, email and password. So if you refresh the actual email on the left, what happens?
It's constantly
like
refreshing. Nothing yet.
I mean, like refresh at the top left. I mean.
Nothing yet. Let me try changing email and password.
What's on the site though? Like, is it just an error?
The site is showing we couldn't validate the security of this request.
Oh, enter at least 8 characters. What? What? There is 8 characters there. Unless you put numbers in.
Account 1 password. This email already has an account.
Does it?
Apparently, but it never sent an email.
Try logging in.
What? Login.
Yeah, this was a bug on TikTok where you could make like multiple accounts of the same thing.
And then what would happen from that?
Nothing really. It's just a bug in it.
Oh yeah. I mean, you could DOS, I guess.
Like, yeah, if you made like a million of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in.
The hell? I wonder what's on your account settings though. It's gotta be all kinds of weird. Nothing. That's strange. You didn't even get an email. Did the other ones get an email though?
Yeah.
I don't think they did they? Oh
That
yeah,
one,
they did. What the hell?
Yeah. Verify your email address. I never got any verification.
That is strange.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Yeah. There's all kinds of other stuff you can do on that. Tons of stuff. I could be there like all day just trying.
Yeah, this is on. No, we'll. I'd love to do this again. Yeah, for sure. This has been super helpful.
I just wanted to help you out a bit.
Dude, I appreciate it. I think everybody else watching appreciates this a lot.
Yeah, it's obviously like not easy to find bugs. I mean, if it was, everybody would find them, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope that helped. Just you only need those tools and just look at the networking tab. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. Now I have to look more into that. Just
Well,
get a good understanding.
I'll let you go anyway, bro.
Dude, absolutely. Thank you so much for today. Everybody also, I'm sure this has been so helpful watching.
Yeah, it's alright. You take care, bro.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Bye. Have a good one.
And you. See ya.
That was super helpful. Wow, from Pete. Pete just slid in and and saved the day. Oh, there it goes. There's our verified email address. That's a lot of things to think about. That is definitely a lot of things to think about. Yeah, average redditor, he watched the whole thing. Yeah, that was really good content. ZMX, how many years of experience does he have? He said he's been doing it for a while, of like multiple years. So he definitely knows, a lot, exactly. It was very interesting. And it's such a separate approach from everything that I've been looking at and basing it off of which was so interesting because everything I see is like literally today what we were just looking at was all these recon tools and exploitation, and there's a time and a place, but just going through it raw, exactly like he was just saying, he was like, you're not going to catch stuff, these tools are going to miss stuff, they can't have regex expressions for everything out of the network tab. This is going to be really helpful also to use as a style because the understanding, it's going to be a very fast and aggressive learning curve using the network tab and debugger and this stuff instead of tools, because tools is CLI commands characters in a certain order. Network tab is raw. I absolutely hands down love this. That was so helpful. Yeah, that was definitely worth a rewatch for sure. That was so good. A lot of things to think about. He just goes through and he just takes a look. If any of this stuff looks interesting, start jotting down subdomains. And he was saying also that the choice of bounty. Yes, yeah, Pete, that helped. That helped a ton. Thank you, Pete. WP. There's other stuff on that website to mess with, and that's only one website. Yeah, that's so true. I mean, we also got, I've sent a bunch of the links that he was showing me. The beautifier for JS, temp mail. This is super nice. Yeah, absolutely, Harvest. Someone showing you, because it's one thing to watch it, and then it's another thing for somebody to step through it with you and explain. That's what I've been trying to hit the last couple days, methodology and like preaching very much, like know what you're going after versus just brute forcing, spamming a bunch of stuff, and that helped a lot on that level because I think it also mitigated a lot of the fear from, I guess I have started, but not necessarily actually starting bug bountying, doing stuff. Like before I had mentioned that, I was so obsessed on these crazy one-off endpoints, finding these things where it's like some staging directory. It'll be like / Windows 2007 / staging / admin 1 / whatever. We were doing it automatically from the get-go, right on the start. And running the entire thing out of the networking tab. I think, yeah, using this method versus trying to run stuff with tools is going to get you. Tools is sprinting. This is jogging, and it's going to get you a hell of a lot farther than it would than tools, because tools have limitations. They need to be patched. They need to be maintained. There's new stuff that comes out. Tools have limitations. Learning this is going to go a lot further than relying on tools. It is more tedious, it's more work, but there's so much more to be gained from doing it this strategy than the tool approach. Yeah, he's right. That was like literally 1% of the website. We took a look at, I think maybe actually looked at like 4 or 5 different requests and played with them. Think about how many different requests are on this site. It's ridiculous. It's buku. Team networking tab for sure. Me too, average Redditor. I'm on team networking tab also. Team networking tab. That's raw. Will get you way further than using Recon tools. Absolutely. Team networking tab. And if you use networking tab too, like I was saying, you're going to learn so much more. You look at a tool, the tool tells you everything. It says you want to exploit, click Y. At this point, you're looking through And look at this. There's information on all these different headers. And just your internet efficacy in general from understanding this is going to skyrocket. This is great. Great stuff. Yeah, and subdomains. Absolutely. Like he was showing. We just click on JS. Click on it. Let's scroll through here. Or run that back. Look at all this JS. What looks interesting? Sentry bundle. Webpack chunk. Retail chooser. Just take a look at this. And then we can go to Beautify. Paste the code in. Look at this. Store client, Webpack. And like he was saying, he was like, just go through. You're not supposed to understand it because that's part of obfuscation, is developers don't want you to be able to recreate the app. But like he was saying, you really don't even need to understand it. I mean, you can understand it, you can put some of it together and figure it out, but you're looking for you're not looking to understand every single JavaScript file. You're looking for bugs. You're just saying, just take a look through and you can find a, this is how he does his subdomain enumeration. I'm sure we talked for, it was probably a few hours. And that was just the tip of the iceberg. That was so awesome that he shared that with us. GraphQL. Yeah, team networking tab for sure. And he was saying too, little things. He was like, look at the request, look at the host. And then you can see his programs. Retailer. Like, look at all this awesome stuff. We had already looked at this one, I believe. Not found. Interesting. Yeah, that was such a positive and helpful talk. For those of you that were able to witness it, that was so good. You got the hang of Burp pretty quick too. Thanks, Pete. Yeah, that's the one thing is I saw like Arson, that guy. He's I don't really know his full background, but he does a lot of web app testing. And he has a huge, it's like 3 or 4 hour course on Burp Suite that I watched. Yeah, dev tools, that's it, Cthulhu. Yeah, it takes months to find bugs. Yeah, absolutely, I'm sure. But that also should serve as a good reason not to discourage people from getting into bug bounty hunting. Because there's so many different things to look for and scan and so much going on that, and of course the better you get at it, the more. He was saying when you're starting bug bounty hunting, look for logic flaws. You want to do stuff that's edge cases, meaning did the developers intend for me to put negative 500 of these in the cart, or what if I put negative 500 of them in the cart at the same exact time? Or what if I click on these at the same time? And you're showing in Burp how you can do that and group requests together and repeater. And trigger and send all these crazy edge cases. But it is, yeah, I think absolutely for a beginning approach to bug bounty, this is right on the dot. What kind of programs do you search for specifically, or can you use this method on pretty much any of them? Burp Suite and networking tab. Oh, I think he meant like what, like how, like your choice of targets. I think he was saying he wanted to programs, meaning like not just Instacart, like a grocery front, but other applications. Yeah, looking for opportunities on HackerOne. Picking a bounty. Yeah, he was saying that this one might be hard to start on. I'm already signed in. But yeah, so many great tools. Beautify.js. Tetmail is unreal. That is awesome. And that's the thing too also. Such another great helpful point from today was he was reassuring and saying, look, you don't have to understand the JS code. It's confusion by design. The reason you should look through this though is to find things that tools aren't going to have a regex expression or anything else to pick up. It's raw. And you shouldn't be intimidated either to be able to look up a JS file and read through it. Because you pull up this, you're saying, all right, what the hell? I'm not a robot. I can't read all this. You throw it into Beautify.js like he was showing us, and boom, look at this. You just scroll through. What if one of these, for example, was field like API key, value, boom, right there. We just pulled that out. We're just going through. We're not scanning. We're not looking at every single line. Is pickup, latency tracking. Like he was saying, there's so much to the site. And you're just going through. So that's why, that was another thing, was because I was terrified to look at JavaScript, and I was like, oh, I just have to use tools to parse through that, to look through it. Like I can't look through it. I don't know what I'm looking at. That's okay. I had a video a while back, real world hacking tools, target Tesla, and the guy he was talking to talks about how to approach a domain to bounty. Pete, my bad, like looking for opportunities on HackerOne. Oh, I think the more options on the website, the better. Like Instacart is pretty okay, but I usually look at really big ones. Nobody understands the JS code. Even the JSON dev hates it. Yeah, that talk was so reassuring to so many degrees, and I think a lot of people, if they watch it, that'll get them to create an account on HackerOne and start going at it. You don't need to have some super insane tech background or massive ethical hacking to do bug bounties. Like you were saying, just start with logic cases, business logic cases. So take standard cases. So like, okay, I'm gonna add a candle to the cart, and then you're gonna go to checkout. But what if you did like, instead of that, oh, here's the request. Let's add -1, whatever this number is gonna be. That's an edge case. Turn off intercept. Look at that. It didn't work, but it's worth testing. It's all, that's why, because when I was asking, I was like, what what makes something look juicy? Like, what makes you want to be like, I want to attack that? And a lot of it, like he was saying, it's just opportunity, options, and just actually testing stuff. Like, you're not going to know until you try it. So, yeah, this looks juicy. It very well could be juicy. There's a lot of input here. And let's just see how it reacts. It's just testing. Look at that. 1e plus 43. That's a ridiculous number. Look at that. It counted it, but after a certain point, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying, though. These are those edge cases that are going to... Eventually, they're going to break something, and you're going to get paid. JSD obfuscation course on HTB, and that helped. Makes a lot more sense. Understanding the code is helpful, but look at guys like Prime again. Even he gets the old glaze when reading others' code. Also, I'm not sure if you've heard about Phineas Fisher. He hacked Hacking Team. Video of him hacking, please. The video. You can also check the GIF button on the cart and see what you can do with that. Yeah, like that's what. Yeah, just all functionality, everything on this site. Originally, that was my issue and my obsession, and I think what is a bad idea for new beginners is there's this huge emphasis on Recon, and Recon is important to map your sitemap and stuff, but you don't need to be doing Recon for 50 days, or not 50 days, excuse me, like 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours. You can just start going through here right now with your networking tab, with any computer. You don't need any super processor. You could go off a laptop. Everything has a networking tab. Your grandmother's computer has the networking tab. And just start exploring. Look at this, all these different post requests, all these params. Interesting. Just say what looks interesting. Response. And he was saying also, which I think is good, the most interesting thing to him when looking at these requests is the headers, or not the headers, excuse me, the top, like assuming if there was something, say, like PostgreSQL import equals root.txt. Parameters, this is all interesting. Host, he was saying, host can show subdomains, which is another good thing to look at, but again, why am I showing you this in Burp? We can pull this right up here. And look at this. And we have our own repeater in the networking tab also, just like Burp. So we have this post request, so we have here RSC, that's not even in scope. But on in the name of networking tab, let's say user ID, what if we just change user ID to 1 and this was on Instacart.com and we click send. And then we refresh the page. Nothing's going to happen because it wasn't Instacart.com. But you understand the point. Networking tab was, yeah, this is great. And now you're going to go through and understand all this stuff. And again, look at this. Look at these headers. You're going to say, what is this? What is this? What is all this? Firefox has been so generous to include a little question mark icon with a hyperlink to their own dev page to explain it. It takes 15 seconds to read. But you go back and look at that. You read through, you spend a day, not even a day. We'll do this later, actually. Or at least I want to. I don't know if that'll be interesting to other people. But it'll be interesting to just go through and click on some of these and see what what they are and what they do more specifically. Like host. Maybe there's something interesting to host that we didn't know before. Post requests. It's going to teach you a lot about networking. I mean, it's bug bounty hunting with a fat dose of education. And he was saying, oh, you gotta clear the networking tab because it can get crazy. Get rid of this request. Look at this Webpack bundle. That's assuming you only want JS. Let's go to debugger. Run that back. Yeah, that was. There's quite a few places that the old SQL 1 = 1 trick works still. Yeah, and well, Cthulhu, Pete wasn't not saying that SQL isn't a possibility or won't happen. He was saying there's just other vectors worth trying. SQL is not as common. That's why he was saying the business cases, the logic cases, the edge cases are what you should focus on when you're first starting off bug bounty hunting. This is the one place Gippity is useful to me. Put in the Java and ask, is this broken? It will sometimes put you onto a good lead. Ooh, Gippity. What I think we should do is we should pick, for all the new people out interested in bug bounty hunting, we should pick a domain on HackerOne in the VDP so there's less. Or we can do bug bounty, but I think to start, VDP is going to be helpful because you can't earn money from it, so there's going to be less people, but you still get reputation. Reputation's important. That's why this is going to be so crucial. Look at this. Because nobody, like he was saying, nobody's going through this. In the networking tab, they're all running tools. He's so right. There's a lot. Because bug bounty programs are going to have a lot more heads looking for stuff on them versus a VDP. $100%. And there's going to be so much stuff. Fossil watches? $414 assets in scope. Look at this. Oops. Can't find it. That's the point, though. That's what I'm saying. These are going to have a lot better chance of finding bounties. For real, will probably be there. You don't have to worry about 95% of those. I know some dudes who hack with networking tab only. Yeah, that's crazy. This is gonna be great though. Okay, my bad. Googling Ash, a bit further down. All in the code. You don't have to worry about 95% of those headers. That's good advice. I think that also takes away a lot of the fear factor when you look at this. Is that if you are bug bounty hunting, you don't really have to focus your time on this stuff. That's later. Focus on these. The data, the information. Pizza Sky. Park Jin Hoyuk built different. Who's that? North Korea denies his existence. That's pretty cool. So this guy's a monster. He created WannaCry. What up, Cat Jack? Welcome. Nah, you're not late. Honestly, yeah, you are. There was just a really good session. I'm gonna end the stream in a couple minutes. I have to do a call. I'll be back on later, but I would highly, highly recommend rewatching it. Pick an easier one. Seems late to the party. You get less love. How are you, my good friend? You okay? Gippity, ChatGPT. Yeah, glory to the network tab. Yeah, 400 assets. And look at all these subdomains. Smartwatch is a fun target. Think of the loot you can grab. GPS addresses, billing info. At Pete said you don't use a VM and just use basic Windows, right? Yeah, just Windows. Huh. I have no idea who that is. Google it. Sweet. Burp Suite on Windows. Wow. Yeah, literally North Korea is like, nah, I don't know. The WannaCry virus. Dude, this guy is crazy. If any of you need any help, shoot me a DM. Thank you, Pete, again. I'll be watching the Discord for you come back. Yeah, Pete, you are the best, dude. that was so good. I'm gonna pin this stream now. To my YouTube channel is the first one. This is gonna be great. That is by far the best bug bounty advice and help I've heard or seen. Very reassuring all across the board, and it makes me confident, and it should make you confident as well. But with that being said, I'm going to get offline for a little bit so I can finish some stuff up and do some meetings. But I will see you all later. I hope for you joining late, you do rewatch the stream. And people watching this at a later date, you should watch the stream from the start. Although I don't know why you would be starting the stream at 3 seconds to end. But with that being said, thank you. And I'll see you guys later. Special big thanks to Pete.